very oldest language on the face of this earth. Geopolitics son no one in because you will make a difference with your source and we're not going to but you know what? They will like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. Very oldest language on the face of this earth. and we're not going to do but you know what? And we like to do that someone is because no, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. Black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Some of you tried to do something about it with the End SARS protest, but some of us quickly, or should I say some of you quickly capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in? Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that the revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the End SARS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison
every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion. Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand and stand very, very strong. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the president. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai like Atiku and the rest of them and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me. O Lord, you will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High, For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men.
I was taking a lot of bullets for me. Because we understand what is going on better than any other person. He has been with me since the time he met me to this point, and he believed in me. Mr. Keyo is the secretary of the UPF in Finland. Well, in the afternoon, I'm going to make an official speech which will address a lot of things. I just want to welcome every one of you to Finland. This is the man that everybody wants to crucify. God is going to use me to end Nigeria. We are going to take the awareness for the freedom of Biafra people to the next level. The media awareness, we are taking it to the next level. I want you to understand that from today, the broadcasts for the Biafra liberation and the freedom have changed. And like I promised Biafra people yesterday, that we are going to step up our game since we are now in the international stage in this liberation. Everybody is talking about it. It is time to bring the plight of the Biafra people to the world. We have preached to the Biafra people from the local level. We have preached to the people in Nigeria. We have preached to indigenous people in Nigeria. We have preached to the African people. We are now preaching to Europeans. We are now preaching to Americans. We are now preaching to Asians. We are now preaching to those who are interested, who want to save the life of indigenous people in Nigeria, so that Nigeria will not use the Taliban of Nigeria to kill everybody and turn Nigeria into Islamic State. We are going to fight. We are Christians, and we have what we call the dangerous diversity in Nigeria, and a very destructive diversity that can never work. Today, we are going to bring our plights to the world from what is happening in Munich, or what happened in Munich, where they have what we call the Munich Security Conference about the Ukraine war, and the NATO membership of the NATO, and the crisis around the world, especially within Europe. So we are going to analyze some of these videos from this Munich conference, where they are discussing the freedom of people in Europe, where they are discussing the security of people in Europe. So I want to learn from there, and then I will use it to, do some things from the perspective of the Biafra people. We are all human beings. If you can fight for Ukraine, if Russia invade Ukraine, you have to fight for Biafra, as Nigeria has invaded Biafra. If you say that the Russia has breached and violated the law, Nigeria also has violated the law, the international law. Nigeria has violated the United Nations human rights, which they are also signatory to. Nigeria has violated the law just as Russia. And on that ground, we are opting out. We are saying that what Nigeria is parading to the world as a democratic process, they call it a general election, is not a democratic process. And that is why the Biafra people are going to not allow Nigeria to conduct election in its territory, because the election of Nigeria is not a democratic process. There is nothing democratic when you have 400,000 Boko Haram in the Nigerian army or police to come to Biafra land and lay a siege and ask people to come out and vote. That is not a democratic process. It is worse than what is going on in Ukraine. So on that ground, Biafran people are only requesting the opportunity to have a true democratic process, which is what we call the referendum. So by the time we succeed in stopping Nigeria from conducting this election in Biafran territory, we are going to now begin to demand and have what we call the referendum that will give every person the right to participate and decide their future, whether they want to be part of a terrorist country or not, whether they want to be part of a country that have committed crime globally, whether they want to be part of a country that all they do is to breed criminals, and whether they want to be part of a country that everything innovation has been abolished. And they have adopted what we call the Sunni, which is that they abolish everything innovation. We are innovative, and we don't want to be part of a country where they are abolishing innovation and they're adopting what we call Sunni. So this particular diversity is very dangerous and very destructive, that it must end this year. If it did not end this year, we may find ourselves in the position or the situation like the Afghanistan people, and at the end of the day, the Taliban will take over. I want to inform you today, those of you listening from Europe, from America, that some of you that are into security issues, you know that Nigeria has always, tried to rehabilitate terrorists, and they will now, recruit them into the security agencies. When you come to Africa with African mentality and the ideology of terrorists, you cannot recruit terrorists and rehabilitate them within 6 months, and you say you are now recruiting them into Nigeria security apparatus, and you allow us, you expect us to keep quiet and want to, live our life in a country like that? No, we want to stop Afghanistan template that is being played in Nigeria. In Afghanistan, it took them 20 years. America pumped money for good over 20 years. At the end of the day, they defeated everybody and they took over Afghanistan. We cannot just watch and look at Afghanistan repeating in Nigeria. Why you put our life in danger in the name of politics? Why you put our life in danger in the name of democracy? There is no democracy in Nigeria. We are fighting for the true democracy, and that is why we will not allow this fraudulent election to hold in Biafra land. If you support this election, you are fighting against democracy. If you support this election, you are fighting against justice. If you support this election, you are fighting against fairness. In Nigeria, after you go into the poll to vote, the court of the Fulani will give a decision and decide who will become the chairman, or who will become the governor, or who will become even the president. So we do not want to validate Nigeria again, and we are making this position very clear to the international community. We are saying that Nigeria are bringing over 400,000 security personnel to force Biafra into election, and we are not going to allow that. So if you are coming from the Western world to be an observer in Biafra land, you may end up witnessing a war of separation. And because when these 400,000 policemen come to Biafra, they are not coming for peace. They are coming to kill our young men, kill our children, kill our women, burn our houses, and we cannot put our hand and watch. So we're going to fight back. So if you are coming to Biafra land in the name of observer, just be very security conscious, because you may end up coming to observe war between Nigeria and Biafra, because they are going to come in our land to fight war with 400,000 policemen that they could not provide when the Fulanis are killing our people. They could not provide the security when their sponsored jihadists and terrorists come to our land to kill. Today, they are deploying 400,000 policemen to conduct election. It is unacceptable. And Biafra people have made up their mind. I am just a spokesperson for the Biafra people, and I'm telling them they are right, and they are agreeing to that information and agreeing to the advice and the directive I'm giving to them as the spokesperson of Biafra people. So today, we are going to listen from our own other people from the Europe, from the European Union side, from NATO, from the Security Conference that is happening in Munich, and we are going to get and borrow some word, and add it to what we are doing. People to understand that we are not just coming to social media to rant, but rather we have come for a just cause and a just fight to freedom. That's all. We are not interested in any other thing other than referendum for the Biafra people. The time is now. All right, I welcome you for this opening speech. A lot of issues have been touched and addressed. You are watching live and direct on Enter Biafra channel.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning on this learning section. We are going to hit it up as quick as possible, and we will pass our message for those who want to hear. My own duty here is to pass the message, As in Ekua, Afweku, the Woke, but Ekua or the Bumata. So my own responsibility is to talk. Whoa. Whether you listen or you don't listen, it is up to you. In this platform, as you all know, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come to this platform to preach hate. We do not come to this platform to attack people or individuals. We don't come to this platform to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to promote the cause of freedom, more especially the freedom for the Biafran people. We continue to preach and present Biafra to the world as a remedy to the situation in Nigeria. That is what we have signed up for, and we will continue to do that as much as we can. So, as many as have joined us, please like and share the program to other platforms. I can see my beloved brother Gerard DK. Thank you so much, my brother Gerard. I see you there. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you and protect you, my brother Gerard. Thank you for your support. Always, I appreciate you. And every other person that is watching there, whether you are commenting or not, and you are watching, I also pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will guide you and protect you. So as you join us, the only thing you can do is to like the program and share. As you are watching, don't just watch alone. Make sure you bring at least one person to join you and watch this program, because we are here to spill the beans. Today we are going to touch a very important and sensitive issues. So wherever you are, pay attention to this program. It might not be interesting to you. You might not like some of the things that are being said. You might not like me personally, but it is not about me. It is not about anybody. It is about your own freedom. It is about your own safety and security. That is why we are doing what we are doing. Every one of us know that the conventional media in Nigeria has been taken over. The only place you can get information today is the social media. Even though there are false information flying here and there in the social media, but still, it is among those messages that you can find the truth. The conventional media is in the pocket of Nigerian government, and they make sure that they filter every single information that is coming. So those of us who have dedicated themselves to continue to speak about the issue of Nigeria online, we are doing our best. Even with the little crowd that we have, with the little effort we can make, we believe that it can go a long way to save life. So I welcome every one of you. As you are in this platform, you are also a lifesaver. And what you can do is to help and share this program. Remember, in this platform, it is a platform for interaction, public interaction. It doesn't matter your belief. It doesn't matter your ideology. It does not matter your religion. It doesn't matter the angle or the camp where you belong. Your orientation doesn't matter for us. What matters is the truth. Conscience that you have, that will allow you to speak the truth at all the time. Because here we promote the unity of purpose. The purpose for which everyone today is coming online to speak about the situation in Nigeria. The purpose for which everybody that is a Biafran comes out to speak and talk is for people to be free, for people to be safe and secure. And for that purpose is why we gather. So no matter what your tribe, religion, belief, or ideology might be, this platform is for you. Feel free to share your opinion. If you have a superior argument, always try as much as possible to send in a request. Either you are watching me on TikTok, or you're watching me on Facebook, or you're watching me on YouTube where I'm hosting the program. Wherever you're watching, all you need to do is to send in your request. I will bring you and you will give us your superior opinion or superior argument. Then we will give you the questions. It is left for you to convince us to believe whatever you have to say. Just as I'm doing here, I am not here to force you to believe what I say, but I will try as much as possible to convince you beyond reasonable doubt about everything I say, and you are entitled and free to ask questions according to your own understanding. So I welcome everyone who has connected, and I thank you once again. Please, very important, like the program and share. Like the program and share wherever you are watching, whichever platform you are watching, either on TikTok, on Facebook, or on YouTube. Like and share. It is very important so that we can reach to people who deserve to be reached. Those who you feel they are supposed to hear our message, send the message to them. Both our foes and friends, send to them. So they can be bold. For those of them who are bold, to come out and ask their questions, and we will respond. So I appreciate everyone that has shared the program so far. I appreciate everyone that have contributed and given a like to the program. I thank you so much for your support. You are part of the media. I am just a spokesperson here on this platform. But you that is there, you are equally part of the media. And without you, we cannot be able to reach out to those who need to reach. So thank you all for being part of the program. So today, the topic we are discussing today says, breaking, Nigeria exposed. Terrorism, state sponsorship, they plan to take over the South. We are going to touch these issues one after the other. Exposing Nigeria. Nigeria exposed? It's like a question. Is Nigeria exposed? From all that we have seen and all that we're hearing, is Nigeria exposed? That is the question in the mind of everybody, both those who are Nigerian and non-Nigerian. We are going to talk about the terrorism in Nigeria. Terrorism in Nigeria. How it has gone so wide and has become unstoppable. How it has continued to increase every single day. Even when you think that something is being done, you finally realize that the government is doing nothing. We are going to talk about the state sponsorship of this terrorism in one way or the other, directly and indirectly. They plan to take over the South, the jihadists in the North. They are making a serious plan and move to take over the southern part of Nigeria by all means necessary. And they are not joking about it. And it is much more disturbing because the government of the day that claims to be the government of the zoo, Nigeria, is doing nothing about it. Instead of doing something, from their actions, you can see that they are equally empowering the terrorists, sponsoring them in one way or the other. And in today's program, we are going to touch this very issue as much as we can for you to understand it better. And you that is watching out there, feel free to make your contributions. Feel free to challenge whatever we say. Feel free to bring your own opinion as you join us in this program. So I appreciate everyone that have joined, and we are going to try as much as we can to hit up this very program. Once again, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone, wherever you are watching around the world. I welcome you to this very platform, and today we are going to discuss an issue that has shaken the very foundation of Nigeria. We are going to discuss a very important issue that has shaken the foundation of Nigeria. An issue that millions of people are asking questions about. An issue that many people are afraid to speak about openly. Today, we are asking a simple but powerful question. Why has terrorism and insecurity continued in Nigeria for so many years without a decisive end? This is a question that people are afraid to ask. People do not want to attend to publicly. Some people shy away from it. The government of the day have refused to answer this question each time it comes up. Why has terrorism and insecurity continued in Nigeria for so many years without a decisive end? Why do attacks continue every single day? Even as we speak, attack is still going on in Nigeria. Attack against the innocent citizens of that country called Nigeria. In the northeast, in the northwest, in the southeast, and the southwest. Attacks are going on even as we speak. Why do attacks continue? Even with the presence of the United States, even with the description of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, even with the warnings coming from the United States, why do attacks continue? Why do communities continue to suffer? Communities continue to suffer in Nigeria up till this minute as we speak, and nobody seems to be paying attention. Why? And why does sometimes it appears that the crisis is getting worse instead of better? Why? These questions are begging for answer. Why does it sometimes appear that the crisis is getting worse instead of better? Every single day, go and check. Every single day, it is getting worse, worse, and worse instead of getting better. Why? Have you ever asked yourself, why is things getting worse? Have you ever paid attention? Have you ever, at any point in time, looked right, left, and center, or seek for an answer? I know some people from the international community, from other countries, from other parts of the world, are asking these questions. Why is Nigerian government not providing answers to this question? Today, we will examine the serious allegation, the political realities, and the troubling questions surrounding terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. This conversation is about truth. It's about accountability and the future of millions of people. I want you to pay close attention to this very message we are preaching today. It is not a palatable one. Some people might not pay attention because it doesn't serve their own purpose, but that will not stop us from preaching this message. The Nigerian government don't want to hear it. They suppress it. They make sure we don't have a voice. But any opportunity we have, but as long as there is still a platform where we can come and speak, even if it is one person watching, we say what we have to say. So where you are watching from, I want you to do 3 things right now. Wherever you're watching from, few of you that are watching here, wherever you're watching, I want you to like this very program. Share this broadcast to at least one person and drop the area where you are watching from. Let's know where you're watching this program from. Whether you're watching from Biafran land, you're watching from Nigeria, you're watching from Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Asia. Drop your location. Let us know where you are watching this program from. Let the world know you are part of the important conversation. It is important. Let the world know that we are not alone in this problem. Let the world know that it is not just one area that is concerned. Let the world know that the concern is coming from across the whole world. Drop your location, like and share, and make sure you interact and let the world see what is happening, because there are people that are watching this program that are not even Biafrans. There are people that are watching our program both in TikTok, in Facebook, and on YouTube that are from other parts of the world, and they want to hear. We are speaking about the security crisis in Nigeria. For more than a decade, Nigeria has faced one of the most severe security crises in Africa. For more than a decade, Nigeria has faced one of the most severe security crises in Africa. Those crises are armed insurgents, bandit groups, kidnappings, mass killings in rural communities. Entire villages have been attacked every now and again, and these things are facts, verifiable facts. I am not here to exaggerate anything. Whatever I speak about on this platform, on this program, are verifiable facts. You can equally verify the facts from their own conventional media in Nigeria. Go to their confession, you will verify every single statement we make. It is verifiable. Armed insurgents, bandit group, kidnappings, mass killing in rural communities. Entire village has been attacked. Schools have been raided. Farmers have been displaced from their lands. Families have been forced to abandon their homes. Millions of Nigerians now live under the constant fear of violence. And the question many people continue to ask is this. The question that many people continue to ask: why has the Nigerian state struggled so much to end this crisis? Why does it seem impossible for Nigerian state to stop this very crisis? Even though one of the head of state have said that any crisis of such that arise and last, I think, more than a month or so, that it means that the government is part of it. It is on record. Former president said that any crisis or insurgent that arises and lasts more than required, that it means that the government is involved. So today, why has Nigerian state struggled so much to end this crisis after so many decades? Nigeria is one of the largest countries in Africa. It has one of the biggest armies in the region. When you talk about the population of Nigeria, they have one of the biggest army in the region in Africa. It has access to intelligent cooperation from international partners. I am telling you all this for you to know that Nigerian government have no excuse to give reason why they cannot be able to end the insecurity in Nigeria, end the terrorism in Nigeria, end the Boko Haram and co. Instead, every single day we are seeing new armed group, new terrorist groups springing out in Nigeria. And every single one of them is thriving. Today, we are still seeing the takeover, overrunning of barracks, military barracks, overrun. Just recently, you see 100 military men lost their life in the hand of these insurgents. Entire barrack was raided, and they do it, they cover the video and they show it. Today, we are seeing the takeover of the entire Borno by the terrorists. The Borno is gradually falling into the hand of the terrorists. In Borno today, barracks are taken over by the terrorists, brazenly taken over, and the government do nothing about it. And they don't take it over, they take it over and they remain there. What excuse will Nigeria give? It has one of the biggest army in the region. It has access to intelligence cooperation from international partners. Yet, insecurity continues. This contradiction is what has created deep suspicion among many observers and citizens. With all this at their disposal, how can you tell me that the Nigerian government is not involved in the terrorism in Nigeria? How else will you convince somebody that the government of the day is not aware of what is happening? You know, sometimes when we just say it by the way, you just say it by side, it will seem as if it is a gossip. But that is why sometimes we have to take time to explain these things for you to understand. That Nigeria has everything it needs to end the insecurity in that country. But for one reason or the other, they have refused to do anything for their own personal interests. Across Nigeria, citizens are increasingly asking difficult questions. Some of these questions are uncomfortable, but some are questions that cannot simply be ignored. And some of the questions that people are asking are, why do many attacks occur in areas where security forces are present? Have you sat down and asked, why do many attacks occur in areas where security forces are present? Including kidnapping. Most of the time, kidnappings are reported to happen near checkpoints where the military are present. We saw the testimony of the prelate who was kidnapped and later released. He said it that he was kidnapped near the security office checkpoint. And even when his people try to go forward to pursue the terrorists, the security officers prevented them from doing so. We have also seen that so many places where the terrorists attack, the security will be there, but before they enter, what they will do is that they will take away all the security apparatus there, discharge them, and then the military will come in. So the question people are asking, why do many attacks occur in areas where security forces are present? Remember, the Borno that is being overrun today by the terrorists has police barracks, house barracks. So many places other people attack, they have a base, and yet the terrorists are taking over these places. Why? Why do perpetrators sometimes escape without consequence? Why do perpetrators of this very act of terrorism escape without consequence? We have seen kidnapping several times. The only news you're going to hear is that the kidnapped victims have been released. You will not hear anything about the kidnappers. Whether the kidnappers were decimated, whether the kidnappers were captured, whether the kidnappers were unalived, you are not going to hear that. The only thing you will hear is that, oh, victims have been brought back. 50 victims brought back. 100 brought back. What we'll see is government paying ransom, even though they deny it. There have been several evidence to show that government is paying ransom to get back citizens. And in each cases, we have never seen them go back to fight against these people who are perpetrating this evil. Why do perpetrators sometimes escape without consequence? That is the question that everybody should be asking. Why have some security operations taken years without clear results? Security operations against the terrorists has never yielded any result. We have had them launching different kinds of operation, A operation, B operation, this operation, that. And none of them have yielded any result. Even in the midst of that terrorism, what we hear is that the government is reintegrating the terrorists into their military, into the police. They speak more about the reintegration of the terrorists into the military. And I can bet you today, Nigerian military have been infiltrated so much that going to fight for Nigeria today is a suicide mission. Any genuine citizen of Nigeria going to fight for Nigeria today in the military is going for a suicide mission because their military have been so infiltrated. Why do communities sometimes say they feel abandoned by the authority? This has always been the complaint of every community where these terrorists attack. They will always complain about abandonment. Not once, not twice, not thrice. Every single place that these terrorists attack, the communities will always complain about abandonment. Sometimes the communities they will get an information and give prior notice to the government, and they will do nothing. They will do not. Even when the community decide to raise a vigilante to protect them, the government will come and disarm them, only to leave them vulnerable to the terrorists. Why? These questions have led analysts and activists like us to raise concern about institutional weakness, political interest, corruption, and possible failure within the security system. There is no doubt. The security system of Nigeria has failed completely. It has failed beyond repair. What you are seeing happening in Nigeria today is exactly what happened in Afghanistan. The Afghanistan template, it is what is playing now in Nigeria. And remember, our Prime Minister, Mazi Samonekwa, warned about this Afghanistan template. He did a program on it. He did a complete program on the Afghanistan template coming to Nigeria. And we are seeing it playing out gradually. That's a very strong, powerful nation. The strongest nation in the world, United States, was in Afghanistan for more than 20 years. to rescue them and allow them to guard themselves peacefully. But at the end of the day, what did they achieve? Nothing. Nothing. The soldiers themselves were so infiltrated that they are still loyal. They are still loyal to the terrorists. Even while the United States was there, they were still loyalists. They were very much loyal to the terrorists. And today, we are seeing the same templates playing out in Nigeria. And some people think it's a joke. When we speak about this issue, some people think we only come out to make noise and to talk about issues that we don't know. But I tell you, you should be asking yourself questions. Why do many attacks occur in areas where security forces are present? Why do perpetrators sometimes escape without consequence? Why have some security operations taken years without clear result? Why do communities sometimes say that they feel abandoned by authorities? These are very important questions that people are asking that deserves an answer. Let us be clear. These are serious allegations and debates that exist in the political space, in the public space, that people know we have seen. What citizens are demanding is transparency, accountability, effective action to restore security. Do you think that will be achieved in Nigeria? It's almost impossible. The Afghanistan template is almost complete. Borno is going to be taken over. Almost taken over. If not already taken over. And other northern states will go. Then they will from there and they push the south. But some of us are still sleeping. Some of us still think it is time to talk about unnecessary issues. But sorry, will we continue to do what we have to do when we have to do it? For those who have ears to hear, those who care to listen. Those who don't want to listen, it is up to them. You're welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining, bro Christian. Good to have you. Welcome.
Good morning, brother Chus. Good morning, my dear brother.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to be with you this morning after a long period of time. You know, like I said, I'm still dealing with stuff, but I told you that anytime it's possible, I will enter. And sometimes I watch your programs, and I pray for your steadfastness that you continue to do what you do. I can't say it enough. It's highly appreciated what you are doing. You know, every Biafran, we must join hand in whichever way we can. Every voice matters, and every voice counts. Yes. Whenever one is able to do any contribution, coming to support physically, whatever, even in prayer, we must continue. Because it's a strange time we live in the world in general, but at the same time, we must stay focused on our ultimate goal, ultimate agenda, that is freedom. That is just freedom. That is what normal people are asking for everywhere in the world, including even in Iran. The people want freedom. It may not be all the people. It may not be all the people, but those that want freedom, because if you know what it means, how it feels to live under tyranny, under a tyrannical regime, is one of the worst things anybody can go through in life. So Absolutely. That it may not be all the people in Iran, just like not all the people in Nigeria, because there are those in the Nigeria there who, for whatever reason, they enjoy the situation they live in. They are okay with it. And in fact, some of them are protesting, you know. So different people have different reasons, but at the end of the day, you know, it's up to you what you want, how people decide to live, and people should have the freedom to decide how they want to live. You know, so this is the point. So we are not lost in the fact that it's not everybody in Nigeria that want to be free. There are those that, I'm just getting a call, but I will let me just put it off. So can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So this is the thing. This is it's very important that we continue to stress this fact that is freedom. That is what it's all about. How can you deprive me of my freedom because you want to maintain your own Nigeria? Says who? What kind of life, what kind of world is that will deprive over 70 to 80 million people the opportunity to decide their fate, the opportunity to be free, the opportunity to develop themselves, all in the name of keeping Nigeria one, all in the name of forcing everybody to be in that? How do you explain that? That doesn't make any normal economic and human sense. It just doesn't make any sense. People should be able to decide if they want to stay in it or not. So this is why it's important that we continue to portray this fact. Because like I said in Iran, what is happening now is also a result of people who want to be free.
Yes.
Even if they are 10 million, even if they are 20 million, we don't know the number, but it's obvious that there are people who don't want to live under that regime. So what they are supposed to do is listen to the people, and if you have to give them their own part, let them have their own part. It's as simple as that. People want to be free. That is just, if you take away freedom from any individual, you're taking their life away. And that is what the situation we face in Nigeria. That is why some of us are all over the place, running around, because we want to be free. We want to be able to think for ourselves, choose what we want, choose our governmental system, develop ourselves the way we want to. But the Nigerian system deprives us. That is the problem we're going through. When you see us in Europe, all over the world, this is just what it is. If we have that, we can go back and build ourselves. I don't know how people cannot understand this. I just cannot understand how people cannot. And you look at what is going on. When I hear some of these people from the north, the Baba Ahmed, Usman, whatever, this Fulani guy from Mauritania, when they talk as if they think we are stupid. We are not stupid. That they don't want to live under, according to him, that is how he pluralize, everything. That we don't want to live under Lakurawa. We don't want to live under Boko Haram. We don't want to live under ISWAP. We don't want to live under IPOB. Madness. Madness. Why are you putting IPOB there? From your heart of heart, you know that IPOB does not belong there. The world know that IPOB does not belong there because IPOB doesn't go. They don't leave the east to go to the north, to the west, or anywhere to massacre a whole village, take over the place, and put gun on people's head and say, if you don't convert to Igbo, if you don't have convert to Christianity, if you don't have convert to Judaism, they don't do that. Can you show me a place, anytime, where that is done? I don't know what's going on. That doesn't happen.
They have never been seen kidnapping anybody or taking ransom. None at all.
All what IPOB did is ask for to be free. Simple as that. That is
right. That's what they're asking for.
Now when he is mischievously using this word, he did it on Charles Anagoro program. He did it in some other program. We don't want to live under Lakurawa. We don't want to live under Bukarawa. We don't want to live under IPOB. Now you ask yourself, we as IPOB, indigenous people, we are the people, the Biafrans. We don't want you to live under us because you know what? We are not one people. That's a fact. Absolutely. It's not like we hate you or hate anybody, but it's just a fact that you're a Fulani. You have your life, you have your religion, you have your culture, you have everything instinctively different. Nothing absolutely. So why would you live under IPOB? You don't have to live. You cannot live under IPOB, and we don't want to live under your own Islamic supremacist. We don't want that. But they don't get corrected when this thing he has done that on some occasion and some other people, but nobody corrects them. You see the point? IPOB just want to be how they were before they were forced into this entity. That is a fact. Rachus, how do you go? How do you go, my dear brother?
How do you go?
So
Go ahead.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Go ahead. You are saying
Hello?
something. Go ahead. When you are through, then I will say what I want to say.
Yeah, we're just going to say that generally everything happening is confusing because if you also remember that a few months ago, I came in here and I told you, I said, look, that I was hoping that this war in Iran doesn't become, the preeminent problem going on in the world. But in a way, it's turning out to probably that is what it's becoming now.
Yes.
Now, you see, so because for me, I really believe that again, we speak, we say our mind. Who care? I mean, who knows? You never know who listen or whatever. But the point is, we don't have power on our own to change anything. But at the same time, we still have to speak our piece. We say how we see it, So, but I feel like what is happening in Nigeria is the worst of anything you can imagine.
The
Worst
worst of
of
the
it.
worst.
It's not even close. The government in Nigeria, you also remember that I've been saying from day one that they are the terrorists. The government, those running Nigeria, they are behind it. They know about it. They are all working.
You remember when Canadian court made that statement and people took it for granted.
Exactly.
People took
They
it for
call
granted. They
APC.
thought it was just a politics. It was just a joke. It was just a war.
It was just a statement, but it's not just a statement.
It is not.
When the Canadian court declared Nigerian government, the APC and PDP, because they are the government, that they are terrorists. They call them terrorists, but people laughed about it. It's like the saying goes that that is what Nigeria has become. From the politicians to the citizens to the activists, the media, all of them. The signs were there from day one. All of them.
But I think the citizens are even the worst. The citizens are even the worst because everything they need to know they have been told.
Yeah.
If you don't believe Mazen Nandekano, at least you believe Dan Juma, who is one of the evil men. If you don't believe Dan Juma, at least you believe some of the prelates that have spoken. If you don't believe, even the Janjaweed themselves, they have talked. Even if you don't believe anybody, even Gumi himself, believe what he's saying, that they're going to take over.
Even Bala Mohammed came to tell you people that this is their program under Buhari to bring in all the Fulanis in the Futajel of Sahel region, bring them and settle them in Nigeria. And you did nothing, you said nothing. And here you are today, it's happening. All of them, it's happening. Hey, God Almighty. What can I say? What exactly can I say? They are here now. Nnamdi Kanu have been singing this thing that is coming. Even Sabonekpa was singing it, that they will take over the entire north and they will step into Yoruba land. Oyo, Ekitio, Kwara, Ondo, Oguo. These are God. And even, to make it worse, there are Yorubas who are asking, who are welcoming them. The Islamic Sharia, they will say they want it in Yoruba land.
And
you see what I mean?
Their government too. Yoruba
and
government
and it is their government. Yeah.
You see why no sensible person will even talk when they talk about Igbo presidency, you are only exposing yourself to more danger. When Buhari was even the president, Katsina State was most ravaged during the time of Buhari. His own state, Katsina, was the most ravaged.
Yeah.
Now, Tinubu, a Yoruba man, look at how Yoruba land is bleeding.
Yeah.
And some people are still lining themselves up, talking about Igbo presidency and whatever madness they are talking about. It's a shame. It's a shame.
And you know that These people, the Tunubus of this world, once in a while, maybe his handlers, they will tell him to come out and say something. When the pressure grows and grows and grows, he come out and say something. But those things he says are just meaningless, weightless words that means nothing. Absolutely means nothing. These guys, they are devoid of consciousness. There's no soul in them, and they are all working together in these things. Is that agenda? He knew about it from day one. Tinubu knew about it. The agenda of Islamization, he is aware of it, from day one.
Of course. Remember, I played a video here that this girl, Adiola, anchored one man. When the man was saying that Tinubu personally entered an agreement with this terrorist.
You played it today?
Not today, long ago. I still have the video here.
Well, yeah, I saw it. I saw that program that Adiola brought he brought the guy. Yeah, we all witnessed it. And before then, even before the year, because he's a Yoruba guy too, before he said it, we've known that it was the agreement that was reached between Tinubu and these people. And keep in mind that anyhow, he is a Muslim too, no matter what, even though that he's Yoruba, he's also a Muslim. So, but he entered into agreement. This is what it is. This is how it. So he knew about it in every way possible. And somebody coming to say that everything those he bought over in the media and online, because this is what happened. They bought over the people, the media. They are all in his pocket. And then individual YouTubers, they're being bought here and there. They come and lie to the people. But because this Janjaweed, these Islamists, these Lakurawas and ISWAP and Hamas, they are all in the country. Not be today we begin talking. They brought them into the country. They brought them in. And they will not spare anybody because they will not have mercy on anybody. And they are going to, you will wake up one day, say, Abuja don't fall. It could just be like the whole game plan of the Shetimas of this world and Shegumi, all of them, everything, that is what they are working towards. But Tinubu is hoping that he can do the second term, wherever, but we shall see. We shall see. If they will allow him to do the second time before storming Abuja or something, we shall see how it goes. Because everything you see in their media is lies and propaganda. How the soldiers are doing this, how the soldiers are neutralizing. Lie from the pit of hell.
Who are they neutralizing? Who are they neutralizing? Just recently, they lost 100 soldiers.
Can you imagine that?
2 days ago, they took over Army Barrack in Brunei.
Okay.
Army Barrack in Brunei was taken over. About two barracks. 2 or 3 barracks in Burundi were taken over last week.
Okay. In a country that is not in a conventional war, a country that is not declared a war situation, soldiers are being by all left, right, and center, being kidnapped, barracks are being ravaged. And oh God, I don't know, my brother. It's terrible.
And my brother Christian, what do you have to say to this? That even with the presence of the US soldiers that they said on the ground, they are on the ground in Nigeria and they are sharing intelligence, and even with the presence of the United States soldiers, barracks have since been taken over. Militaries are being, people are losing their life. Military men, more especially, barracks are taken over. What do you think that is happening? Do you think that the United States is sharing intelligence with these idiots?
Well, you see, that is the puzzle there. You hit the nail, the puzzle. How is it that about 100 or maybe 200 US soldiers on the ground sharing intelligence, but it doesn't feel like it. It's even worse.
Worse.
So,
you see, sometimes that's what I think. How do you see that? Do you think they are sharing anything with these people? Because they can't be trusted. They have tried it before and they saw how, look at what happened in Afghanistan. After more than 20 years in Afghanistan.
Mhm.
They knew
But
very
you
well that
know,
the people they were training were loyal to this very Islamist. And you think they will come into
yeah.
Nigeria and make the same mistake
So,
again to train people again who will come and fight them?
Brachus, you know that from the Brachus, can you hear me?
Go ahead, I can hear you. Go ahead, my brother.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello,
Hey.
I can hear you, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay, you didn't hear me? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. So you also know that from the one we've said it too that the United States, they cannot be that stupid to go about repeating mistakes over and over again. It's just not possible. And it's what I mean, because the things they say in public is different from what they do behind the scene.
Absolutely.
How can you tell me that these same United States they came in the past to rescue people from the hand of the terrorists, and information that was given, the intelligence that was given to the Nigerian government, they linked it to the terrorists. And when they came, they were surprised to see that the terrorists had face masks on their face. So how do you now tell me that they are working with? No, they're just fooling the gullible. Those they usually deceive, and their media help to propagate the lie that the U.S. government is working with Nigerian government to combat what?
About the lie.
These are hardcore. These are hardcore terrorist believing individuals. They don't like America. Never, ever, ever. Not in this world, not in the world. Same, they don't like Israel. Same also, they don't like us because of our value system. They don't like us because of our non-submissiveness to their religious ethic. This is the problem. So they hate us as Igbo Biafra. They hate. You can't even begin to imagine the level of hatred. So to think that America doesn't know that, then you are out of your mind. Like me now, you tell me that I don't know the people I'm dealing with. These people, even when they marry, even when as a Muslim, if they marry you as a non-Muslim, they don't care about you. They are doing it to. I can go. Oh my goodness. So the thing is that America is there, and these things are happening. So there is a question there. There's a serious question. Where is the intelligence? If they say that they are sharing intelligence, where is the intelligence? Because they are growing further and further. They are growing more powerful by the day. And they are carrying out more severe attacks by the day. So is it that it hasn't reached a point where the needful will be done? Or there's something we don't know? Probably there's something going on that we don't know. Maybe these are all classified situations that we're just watching, but we don't really know what is going on because there's no how they will be there, 100 or 200 of them, and they are not able to share surveillance or even mitigate the attack that has increased. So if not, so what is the point then? Or are they there to protect? Or is it that they're there to protect American embassy or mission? I don't know what. So it doesn't make sense. So you are against this as mine too, because I'm just wondering, I just don't know what it's all about,
They are there.
Yeah.
It's very clear that
It's beyond me. It's beyond me, my brother.
The United States is there for their own personal reason. They are not sharing any intelligence with Nigeria. Because there's no way they will be sharing intelligence in Nigeria and Boko Haram will still be taking over barracks in their president.
Okay.
The terrorist group will run over them. Do you see the arms that they captured in that very Borno barrack? They videoed it. They covered it. I don't know whether you have seen the video. They captured the arms they captured there is enough to take over Abuja. You can imagine this kind of a thing happening with the president of the United States.
Let me take this call quick. I will come back to you.
Okay. So it is some of the things that is bothering us that people should always think about. People should begin to reason and think. When we see some of these things happen, when we see the way things are going and we talk, it is not just because we want to speak or want to make noise. Across several regions of Nigeria, communities are living with deep fear. Farmers fear. Farmers are so afraid of going to their farms. Farmers are very afraid of going to their farms. People are afraid of doing what they're supposed to do. So it is not a joke. It is not a joke. When we talk about these things, this is a very serious issue. If you think that they are sharing no information with this group, can you imagine? I don't know whether if you saw the latest interview of Gumi. I don't know whether if you saw the latest interview with Gumi.
Can you hear me, Brajus?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the thing is that I've been out of touch with events for some days now. So there's really stuff going on that has deprived me of so many things. But it's okay. I'm good. Yeah. So I haven't seen it. So what is it about? I didn't see it.
Let me play it just so that you can hear it directly. Let me play it so that you can hear it. What he said. Then we'll react.
Well, a lot of people have seen you in clips and pictures with this terrorist where you know where they are. We've communicated with them. You've even as far as negotiating with them, So a lot of people believe that since you have, this the knowledge about all this, is it that the government does not have the power or the equipment to know where these terrorists are to tackle insecurity?
The government knows every terrorist by name and by location. I don't go alone. I don't go to the terrorists alone. I call the police, I call the security, everybody. I will go to the MES, another place. In fact, when we went to one terrorist, I went even with women with me. To the bush. The thing is, you didn't see it because the camera was not concentrated on it. I don't go alone.
Did you hear what Gumi said? In this interview, Gumi used the word. He used the word terrorist. And he said that the government of the days know the terrorists by their names and they know where they are. You can imagine that.
Rajus.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's interesting. I see how they laugh, but it be like na laughing thing, but not be laughing thing.
It is not. Look at him on the national TV saying it, that the government knows the terrorists. He didn't even say bandit. He didn't even say, he said the government knows the terrorists by their names.
And it's a fact.
That is a fact.
Okay.
It's a fact.
So what more? What more does anybody need to know that this whole thing is orchestrated by the same people you call your leaders? They are all in it, including the same Gumi. They are all part of it.
All of them. And they are not shying away this time around.
Yeah, but it's like now a man that has nothing else to lose by speaking the way he's speaking now.
Yes.
But they are all in it. So the question to be asked is, why does the media and why does the people in the country sit down and continue to listen to their government when their government is the one that is colluding with their killers?
And they are busy campaigning to vote in the government again.
Exactly. And you see people, they say this APC, Southeast APC, well, anyway, okay. They say they've endorsed Tinubu for next year election.
Just imagine.
So these people don't care anything about anything other than election, other than the money that they put in their pocket. When their people are being slaughtered by the day. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like that. I saw a video. I didn't watch the video because she didn't play that precious lady where he said that soldiers were their head, chop off their body. I didn't see it.
I saw the video. You can't play such video in YouTube. You can't play it. I saw the video.
Okay. And this government, they've demonstrated without a doubt that they lack the willpower. In fact, that they're unwilling to fight the terrorism in the country. I don't understand it. Are they bewitched? Are the people bewitched? I don't know. Are they so
It has
hopeless?
nothing to do with bewitching. These are people. It is just clear that the government in Nigeria is a terror. They have taken over, in short.
Yeah,
The
but I
only
mean the
fear
people, the
having
masses.
now is Donald Trump. This thing that Donald Trump is doing, and the
Yeah,
presence
but
of the United States. Because,
I
and I
mean
know
the
that
masses.
maybe the reason Donald Trump sent 200 soldiers to Nigeria is to deter them from going ahead to make that full declaration of Islamic State.
But no, I was only talking about the masses, not the government. That the masses, they're still sitting on their
My
their ass
brother,
down, listening
the
to
masses.
Tubu. So now, but as for everything now, like you just said, it's I don't know how can I say it now? Should I say speculation? I don't know, because 200 or 100 US soldiers on the ground, would that stop them? I don't know if that will stop these people from marching ahead. I just don't know. And you remember the last time I told you that if the United States get bogged down in Iran, if they get into a quagmire, if it becomes a quagmire, all bets are off then. Because you know that at the end of the day, there will always be a table of preference, like priorities.
Yes.
You know? You know? Because the interests of Israel will always come before any other. You know that too.
Absolutely.
So the people, I don't know what they've allowed, what they've gotten themselves into with this whole thing that's been going on. All the signs were there from day one. The media and the masses, they're just as complicit in it, because why they don't speak up? Absolutely, they don't speak up. We saw how Boala was disgraced at the international media, Mehdi Hassan. But that tells you everything you need to know. Because all those things happen in the country, right there, in their face, but they don't ask questions. The media, the face Abacha and the rest of them, all of them, channeled to Arise, to name it. Everything happens right there. It's not like they happen. It's not out of the blue. It's been building, it's been happening. They don't ask questions. Nothing, and they don't stick, and they don't insist on getting the answer. When Christopher Musa came and said that they were going to investigate where the command came, where the order came, that the soldiers were withdrawn. You remember, right?
Yes.
But to this day, nobody asks, where is the investigation?
Nobody is asking him.
What is the result of the investigation? That's they move on, they close it, they move on. That is how they've done in every other thing that happens. And that is why the country is doomed and is finished. Thanks to the criminal blind envelope medias, all of them. Nobody hold, no accountability. That is the problem.
Even the Musa today, since after that time, Musa today, where have you seen Musa speaking anymore?
Well, finished. Yeah.
Where did you see Musa speaking again in the media?
Yeah.
They have only succeeded in silencing him completely. Give him that appointment, just be there, don't talk.
That's why I tell you that Tinubu is part of it.
As long as Nuhu Ribadu remains the security advisor of Tinubu, nothing can happen. There is nothing that can happen. Nothing.
Tinubu is part of it. Don't let nobody disturb you.
Tinubu is fully part of it.
Yeah, he knows.
When you see this Gumi coming out openly, beating his chest, telling you that the government knows these terrorists by their name and address.
Yeah.
On a national TV, he is not hiding it.
Yeah.
But just as you said, the problem is the masses themselves. Their reaction is the most disgusting thing I have ever seen.
You know, in my judgment, if the terrorists will be held liable. The Tinubu himself and all the people in his government, they are equally liable.
Absolutely.
Because let's just put aside the warning from Mazina and the Kano for a very long time. Then the last of Danjuma, they came out to warn everybody. That is what is going on. That you think you have military, you don't have military. Your military is gone. Those soldiers you are looking, they are gone. They are now part of the terrorism. Now, the government would have empowered. That is where the government of Tinubu, they would have stepped up and said, okay, empower the people. But they don't take anything seriously because they are complicit, they are part of it. They're supposed to have empowered every region. Equip yourself, create your boundary, create your whatever thing you have to create, empower the youth, secure your region, secure your people. Anybody that comes into your territory, you must know whom they are. And if they are not there for your liking, go after them. But you know what? No, the government rather, they choose to be on the side of terrorists by disarming people who want to arm themselves to protect their people.
Absolutely. Just like what they are doing in Biafra today.
Exactly.
You see what they're doing in the Southeast?
Yeah.
Empowering those willing tools against the people who have stopped the terrorists from penetrating into the area.
Exactly. Because as we speak now, compared to other regions, Ali Igbo is relatively quiet and peaceful, but they don't like that.
Because of the mass raiding of churches and mosques, it doesn't happen in the Southeast.
Bro, the Hopus or the more of this world, the Soludos of this world, they are not happy. They don't like that. That's why they are working so hard. Hopus or the more, they are working so hard to see how the same thing happening in other places can be happening in Ali Igbo. I can guarantee you that Hopus or the more, Soludo and the Peter, these people, it's just that Ali Igbo, one land that they've not been able to conquer, thanks to the people, the resilience of the people, and Biafra. I'm telling you the gospel truth.
Absolutely.
But the enemies are not happy. They are not happy. These criminal impostors that were planted there deliberately, some of them were groomed over time and make them the leaders in the Southeast.
It is so disturbing what is going on. And that is why I cry for the people in the Southeast, the way they are going about issues. Today, you are busy destroying the people that are going to secure the land when these people invade. Every one of us know that what stopped the invasion of the Southeast from beginning was the ESN created by Martin Nandekam, and he put them in the bushes. That announcement and creation alone stopped them, made them so scared. Because during the time of COVID, they were pushing them down to Biafra land with Dangote truck. We saw how they were moving. While they were telling people to be locked down in their home, Dangote truck was busy pushing the terrorists down to Southeast. And they were taking positions. But immediately Mazen Nandekan announced the presence of the ESN, and the ESN started operation and pushed them out from that forest, they could not be able to stay. They could not be able to stay. They withdrew. They went to the southwest, and some of them went to the middle belt and continued to commit their havoc. They couldn't penetrate. And the ESN grew stronger. Under Mazen Simon Ekpa became an army. And they knew that there is no go area. What did the government do? The government used their stooge. They used their stooge to fight against the Liberation Army. Disorganized them. Today, you can see in a country where the northern part of Nigeria is completely taken over. Borno State today has fallen into the hand of the terrorists. Borno. In 1 week, 3 barracks were taken over in a country that has claimed they have sovereignty.
Master, do you know that what is happening is, since the advent of this U.S. government into Nigerian issue, it seems like hope was reborn. But the truth of the matter is that these Islamists, this caliphate, they're still giving out. They're still believing strongly that that their mission is still achievable. If you know what I mean.
Yes, of course. They are not giving up.
They are not giving up hope on achieving that. They have not. So obviously, that is why it seems like they are intensifying now, because for all intents and purposes, the United States, they have their hand full now in the Middle East, and they are pushing. The Islamists are pushing. They continue to believe that this agenda that they spent more than probably 3 to 4 decades pushing can't just fall like that, like a pack of cards. They are believing that they're seriously not giving up. And like I always said, all the people that are in it, they are still much holding out hope that all hope is not lost, that they can still turn Nigeria into Islamic Sharia country. They are still believing that very strongly. And when I listen to some of them, I know when they try to spin, they try to play smart, try to act as if they are not in it, I recognize them very quickly. They are all in it. Rufai, all of them, they are all in it.
All of them, they are in it.
No matter the situation they are going through, no matter incarceration, whatever it is, they are just all in it. All of them from A to Z. So, it's simple. Like I always say also that each region must go their separate ways and figure out for themselves how they choose to, what they want to do. That is the only solution. Nothing more, nothing less. Absolutely. And up until now, people who have not realized it and made a U-turn, we'll still be waiting and see how it plays out at the end of the day, because you also know that we have always said that it's going to get worse. And it's just the beginning. People think that they are there yet, or that the situation is bad. No, it's going to get worse. They've offloaded the country. They're taking over, including the Yoruba land, because before it used to be north, maybe northeast, not this. Now, the entire north is gone. The Yoruba everywhere has been completely saturated. And they're coming down. So it's going to be a big fight, and there's no military to fight it. And the United States have a job on their hand. So what you going to do? That is the question. People think it's a joke. But all of them sit down in Abuja. They are talking in their media house. The time we come, they will run.
They will run, oh.
All of them go they run, kitty kata, look for hiding place. It will happen.
No, they think everything is politics. They think that that all these terrorists are playing politics with whatever they are doing.
Yeah.
They think everything is politics.
Yeah. A preamble was shown to them from that state. I don't know if it's Katsina, where people carry load for their head, they run for their life. A few weeks ago, and they were showing it on Arise TV, how everybody, men, women, children, everybody running. The terrorists were shooting everywhere. They think that thing is happening they don't know that it's right there on their doorstep. They don't know. One of these days, they go see it happen. Abuja there, all of them go run. And that is also, it's also because they failed to do what they're supposed to do. when people don't ask questions they're supposed to ask, they don't do the right thing they're supposed to do, well, it will come upon them unaware, and it will be too late. Because this guy already would have easily been restricted in their northern region there. Give them their whatever they want, let them practice whatever form of either Taliban style or Iran style, whatever form of religion. Give it to them, they stay in their place.
Give it to them, let them enjoy it.
And let others stay in their own place and do their own thing. Simple as that. But no, they've taken over. They don't want it. What they want is bloodbath. What they want is a forced union. What they want is a situation where Christians and Muslims will continue to scramble, and in a country that, when you even talk about Iran, it's even a different thing, because Iran is one of the oldest entity in the world, the old patient, over 5,000 years, so it's a different thing. Unlike Nigeria that was created just like yesterday, forcefully bringing people that have absolutely no business being in one entity, forcing them to be there. Until today, continue to tell us that to keep Nigeria is one that must be done. It's a tax that must be done. Always so.
A tax that must be done, non-negotiable. It is so sad. I don't know why people think that these people are playing politics. I don't know. I can't just understand how they see the terrorist activity in Nigeria as politics. People are not worried.
Yeah.
Even the most why people are supposed to be terrified is the kind of operation they are still carrying out. Even with the fact that the United States is torchlighting Nigeria, they don't care.
They don't care. I told you. Yeah.
They don't give a damn,
Yeah.
even with the torchlighting, even with the United States military boot on the ground.
Yeah.
But one important thing that everybody must know, I bet you United States of America is not sharing any information with Nigeria because they know them better than we do.
I believe that 100%.
They will never make that mistake.
Yeah.
Whatever reason that is keeping them in Nigeria is gathering information for themselves. So that when they begin operation, it will not be somebody said or somebody did not say or that.
You think that interview from Gumi, that America, they don't watch it, they don't know about it, they know everything?
Of course they do. They are following him.
Okay.
They are following him. And what you see Gumi doing today is indicting every single person that needs to be indicted.
Exactly.
Indicting every one of them for the world to know that what you have in Nigeria is a terrorist government completely. So thinking that you're going to stop terrorists, the government knows them by name and address.
Yeah.
And he says it openly that whenever he goes there, he goes to them with government officials.
Mm-hmm.
What else do any sensible person need to hear? What else do you need to hear to get worried and know that this country has been taken over?
You know,
the only thing that people are waiting now is a public announcement that you just hear announcement, from today onwards, now this is now an Islamic state. That is what you want to hear.
You know, Marcus, I don't know. Hello, Marcus?
Yeah, I can hear you, my brother.
Yeah, so I don't know if, because I see that Putobi is coming out and talking about saying that the country is gone, that rather than this government, Tinubu and the people talking about the written, they're talking about politics, they're talking about cross-carpeting, talking about election, blah, blah, blah. Now, I also heard, it's unconfirmed, I did not confirm, but I heard that where this ADC, where Peter Obi stayed, I don't know if he joined or whatever, but that either he has stepped down for Atiku and one Yoruba guy, is it Shea Makinda or one of them, to be exactly. So, and I'm like, well, again, it's unconfirmed story, so that's why I won't stress much on it. But if it's true that he has stepped down, then you ask yourself, what is it? What is the point of P2B now? What is he? What does he want? So what is he doing? What does he want? And so was he just there all along to play the people, to deceive the Biafrans, or to lure Biafrans, or what is all about? Is it to sabotage? I don't know, but it's a developing story, because I just saw it maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. So I don't know what we shall see if it's truly a confirmed story. You didn't hear anything, right? I mean,
No, I didn't hear that. But I only heard when he was talking about the one where he spoke about not focusing on the election and why the country is taken over by terrorists.
Okay.
But in the case of removing himself from the flag bearer of ADC, if he does that, that is the best thing for him to do as it stands today. We have been saying it. The best thing he can do for himself is don't contest. Remove yourself from their politics. Simple.
Because
if possible, go outside, go exile. If you can't stay there, go exile.
Exactly. Because you don't belong there. You're a Biafran, whether you like it or not. Let the Yorubas and the northern Fulani, let them do their thing. Because I've said from day one, I said that it suits them. These two regions, and quite frankly, if you ask me, they have divided the country long ago amongst themselves. The northern Fulanis and the Yorubas. And that is why the Yorubas play the role they play, because they see it as what is the word I'm looking for? Because the country has been divided. And you can see also that it's been back and forth between Yorubas and these northern Fulanis in terms of the highest position in the land. They've been going back and forth, for Yoruba to northern Fulani back and. So why do you want to infuse yourself into this craziness? I say, Biafran, can you not reason? You don't belong there. It's obvious. Go inside, go to America, go to anywhere, go and stay, do your business, do whatever. Let Biafrans sort themselves out. And if you want to participate in the electoral process in Biafra land, then you come and participate. If you are qualified, if the people believe in you, then they will vote you in. And if not, they won't. But for you to be messing up yourself and bringing about destruction to the Igbo in Nigeria with your politics.
They always use it to legitimize their evil election.
Because the number of Igbo that get by, businesses destroyed, houses destroyed, because of your participation in Nigeria election is overwhelming. Why are you leading them to it? Why is people be leading the Igbo to it? They are suffering. Each time you involve, you participate. They get their houses blown up, businesses destroyed, some killed, because the Yorubas and the northern Fulanis, they believe that is their right. So, I don't understand it. They share everything among themselves. Yeah. The major parastatals in the country is either it's in the north or it's in the Yoruba land. The highest position in the land. They always give it among themselves. Occasionally, they will pick a Biafra and Igbo person to be used. When they see Bianco, no, they pick her.
Use it to defend it. They make them spokesman. That is what they are good for.
Exactly.
Spokesmen and spokeswomen. After doing their rubbish, they will be the one to defend it.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you
It is so sad. When we talk about the situation of Nigeria, it is not something that any sensible person must overlook.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are not paying attention. What is happening in Nigeria? More especially the citizens themselves. The farmers are afraid of going to their farm. Travelers fear using highways. Parents fear sending their children to school. The situation has created a sense of national anxiety and uncertainty. When people begin to feel that the state cannot guarantee security, the social contract between government and citizens begin to weaken. in case of Nigeria, it is not even weakening. It is dead. The people do not have trust. There is no government existing in Nigeria. None. And the whole world knows about it. That is why you see them want to disgrace themselves in a Jazeera interview. And they come back home comfortably. They don't care. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You will even see the same citizens defending them. The same citizens that they are enslaving, you will see some of them defending them. They forgot that security is the first responsibility of any government. Without security, there is no stability in anything, not in economy, not in anything. Without stability, there is no development. Without development, frustration will grow and continue, just like you see in Nigeria today. The frustration is so much that people are even selling their own children. People are selling their own children for money. People can do anything to survive. It is so sad. Security crisis has become one of the biggest challenges facing Nigeria today, and nobody cares. The primary thing that the government should do, they are not doing the security of life and property. They are not doing it, and nobody cares. Everybody moves as if everything is normal. The zoological republic today stand at a crossroad. The choice made today will determine the future of generations to come. The choice we make today will determine the future of generations to come. That is why I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for the stand the people of Biafra have taken already. I wish other people can be serious as this. But unfortunately, you see, they are not serious. The Oduduwa people, we thought that they are working with us. You see what is happening? All of a sudden, Igboho has now become the spokesperson of APC. He has gone back to his political thuggery.
You know,
That is how bad it is.
you know, man. Yeah,
Go ahead,
because for me, it's just a little bit of it's heartbroken to an extent. The fact that Biafrans, Ndibo, these are moments every one of us is supposed to come to that final realization that we are not in this at all. It's not, Nigeria is not for us.
It is not.
And start preparation in NST to get out of it. This is the time, this is the moment, everything is setting up for it. Because obviously the fact that these things are all happening, and yet all what they care about is next year election, why everything is being burnt down in the country. What if we were serious people this time all over? If they were serious people, the predominant issue now should be how to, apply the lasting solution to the problem, and that ought to be the amalgamation of Nigeria. That is the solution, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it because they can't even talk about it. The media is mostly controlled by the Yorubas, and for them, like I always say, they feel like they've taken their own share of the spoiled. We know the economic strength is there, in Lagos, where they see it as their own, right? So for them, whatever happens, and they have their own who is there in the leadership position. So when you talk about the lasting solution to the problem in the country, they pay lip service. They don't care because, but that is not to say that it's not going to backfire. It's backfiring already. Yeah. But the solution everybody should be talking about is how do we stop this madness, this incessant massacre of people, men, women, and children? How do we stop it? The only way we stop it is to de-amalgamate Nigeria so that they
Simple.
not stay on their own. That is the only, if that is done, it's all over. It's done. It's done. Trust me. The Biafrans in the north, if they have to leave, they leave. But if they don't leave, that's not to say that you don't have right to stay anywhere, because there are Nigerians who are in Cameroon, there are Nigerians in Abidjan, there are all over the world. No,
Yeah.
but so everything will be based on agreement. It has to be reached. An agreement has to be reached. You can stay
Yes.
where you are, but the authority in where you are will determine what happens. If you don't like it, you go. That's how it's done all over the world. If they say that this is the system they adopt, you have to live by it. If you can't live by it, you go.
You
So,
go.
but this is what normally one would expect the people in Nigeria, the authority, the politicians to be talking about, but they are not. Rather, they are gearing towards next year election. So that is a frightening aspect. And from the people on their part, they're supposed to know that something is happening. Begin to prepare. Don't wait until it's too late. Start doing something now. Start planning your way. Start arranging so that you don't get taken unaware. Because it's here now. I won't even say it's coming. It's here already. Yeah.
It's so sad. I believe that people will wake up. I saw one flyer, a flyer that they are sharing. This flyer that I just showed now, it said 1 million march for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. It's going to take place on the 12th, right?
12th, that is tomorrow.
Yeah, on the 12th. Aba, 12th March. 12th March, that is tomorrow, 2026. I don't know the people who are hosting it, but it's written there, Coalition of Lovers of Freedom. Free our leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
So 1 million march, they're organizing 1 million march for him in Aba. Aba people have been doing great all this while. They've been actually protesting. At least OT is one of the people who has been able to hold his state a little bit calm. OT is not, and that is what we expected other people. We are not telling you to support Biafra or talk about Biafra.
Exactly.
But allow people to express themselves.
Simple. Simple
Like
don't go and bring the infected Janjaweed military, the terrorist Nigerian military,
to fight, destroy your state.
Yeah. So that one is good on that aspect. People are free to express themselves. If they don't want to do business because you sit at home, so be it. You don't have right to intervene. So just do your own, I do my own. You are governor, rule, do your governorship, whatever, and leave me the hell alone. So, so
I saw a letter online. They say this idiot, wrote a letter to OT that IPO, that the ESN Liberation Army have their extension in Abia State, that he should open the door for them to come in and flush them out. This is Dele. Dele was writing to OT.
You see? Well, you see, because Udele is a Fulani blood, just like some others.
You know? Have given him an open door, they gave him military, gave him everything to go in Imo State and begin to rant. Now he's extending his weak madness to Abia State.
And I saw
calling the attention of the Abia governor.
And I saw that Hope Zorima, if I'm right, I saw that he hosted Iranian ambassador in Imo State.
Yes, he did.
So you can clearly see that not be today Hope Zorima start to. You remember saying they say any Igbo will marry Fulani that he go pay for the marriage. You remember that?
Yes.
Because he's all out to get our place so badly infiltrated. These are some of the assignment that, these are some of, these things are very obvious for even the deaf and dumb to know, you know. So, Hope Uzodinma, the Iranians, you know, they are on this loggerhead now with the Western power, notably America and Israel, and is inviting him to come and propagandize the situation in Imo State.
Madness.
So let him also know that even the walls have ears.
They're taking record. The world
They are
is taking record.
They are taking record. Yeah, yeah, they are taking record. He is
You
not
are
the
right.
president.
You just remembered a very important thing. I saw that video where he was hosting the Iranian whatever.
Because that was also how the Nigerian government invited Hamas at the peak of that 12 days war, right?
Yes.
This Tinubu government invited Hamas leadership. They came to Nigeria, and the world saw all that too. Israel and Hamas is an internationally recognized terrorist group. So for you to embrace them, it sends a very powerful message. Absolutely. And so if anybody is wondering why the focus, why efforts has been shifted, why they are now focusing on Nigeria, Israel, and America and the Western world, these are your reasons there, because we didn't see Hamas lead.
I think your network is.
So,
go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear
Hello,
you.
Mazi?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So I said that there's no any other government leadership in Africa or even Western world that welcome Hamas, because Hamas is internationally recognized terrorist group. Only Nigerian government chooses to do that. And you ask yourself, why? Why? On what basis? They have to. So is it because they have come to the assumption that Nigeria is an Islamic country, and they are in solidarity with Hamas or with Iran? Is that why they are doing what they are doing? Okay. My brother, but this can never be the same again.
I saw a video where this terrorist, Pantami, was crying over the death of Kameni. Pantami was crying, sharing tears over the death of Kameni.
Okay.
Look at the kind of protest they are holding in the north. The entire north, they are protesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they put the flag of Israel and flag of the US on the ground, and they were walking on it. In the north.
Yeah. And immediately you see that begin to happen in any country, that country has invariably become an enemy.
Absolutely.
Iraq was doing it for decades. Libya were doing it. Syria were. Iran the same. Afghanistan the same. So you see how the list goes? And Nigeria is doing it. They've been doing it too, and they continue to do it. So that tells you everything you need to know about Nigeria. That Nigeria is enemy of the civilized world. And we shall see how it ends.
It's not going to end well. No matter what happens, it's not going to end well.
For sure.
My only worry is that we have a country where even the citizens are, I don't know how to describe Nigerian citizens. I don't know. Sometimes I begin to ask myself, what is even their interest? If you still go to social media now, there are some of them, their own problem now is Igbo. Mazin Nandegan, Igbos. Ask me, what has Igbos done for them, done against them? Nothing. The only thing we did is that we said we don't want to be part of this madness that is happening in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We don't want this killing to be extended in our land. We want a situation where everybody can be able to defend themselves. Be in a safe and sane country. Not in a country where you will see terrorists displaying ransom they collected from kidnap. Look at this picture now. Look at this. Look at this. In a sane country, can you ever see this kind of video in a same country. Look at a terrorist. A terrorist showing the money they were paid at ransom in Ghana must go. A terrorist.
Okay.
And the funniest thing that the person that paid this ransom, they killed the man and still here they collect the ransom and made a video with the money.
Okay.
To show you the boldness of this terrorist in Nigeria. This is a terrorist, collected ransom, took the life of the person that paid the ransom, and went ahead on social media to look at they even have radio walking, talking they are using to communicate. This is Nigeria. They call it a sovereign state. This is the sovereign state they're talking about. Can you see this happen in any country? In any country that terrorists will be bold to collect ransom and they will come to the social media, upload a video and show it, yes, we have collected. Which Ghana must go filled with money. And these things is happening. People in that country are still going about their businesses. They believe, oh, nothing is wrong. It is business as usual. What have they done to the zoo? And the only reason why this thing is happening is because of conflict of interest. This is one reason that everybody should look at and begin to pursue and speak about peaceful disintegration of Nigeria, that everybody should go their separate ways. Because of this conflict of interest. You cannot have a caliphate of its own, and they will be terrorized in this way, and you will not see the citizens coming out in mass to protest. You cannot have a Yoruba nation where Yorubas with a single interest will be, and the bandits will be ravaging the whole nation, and there will not be an outrage. You can't have a Biafra land where terrorists will come to begin to operate. Life of people will be insecure, and you don't see the masses come in mass and protest, speak in one voice. But in Nigeria, do you know that some people feel that these terrorists are operating for their own interest? Some politicians like what is happening for their own interest. That the more it continues to happen, it gives them the leverage to win a vote, to win an election. Some believe that it is for the benefit of their religion, for the interest of their religion, and they support it. Because of the conflict of interest in Nigeria, this evil will never stop. You will continue to see people like Sheikh Gumi who come to tell you that going after the terrorists is needless, that you should negotiate with them. Till tomorrow, he is still calling for negotiation. While he is busy calling for negotiation with the terrorists, when he comes to the southeast, he will tell you to recruit the youths to go and kill the innocent people who are asking for self-determination. And the idiots that we have as politicians in the southeast, they will go and recruit youths. An advice collected from a terrorist. Some of us have forgotten that what is happening in Imo State today is an advice that was given by Sheikh Gumi.
Yeah.
When Sheikh Gumi came to the national TV to give that advice, people thought, oh, he's a madman, he's talking rubbish. But we woke up and we saw that that thing that advice he gave them was what the governors implemented.
And
today you see,
and masters.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And masters. Okay. Am I coming out?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
And Shegumi, just like Shehu Sani and the rest of them, they are lying to the people, deceiving the people, because the people, either they have short memory or whatever it is, I don't know, saying that these terrorists, that they are Nigerians, when everybody know that they are not Nigerians. They were brought into the country from the entire Futajelon Sahel region. We know that. So why is he now trying to make them automatic Nigerians?
Yeah.
You know why? You know why? Because that is their part of their agenda in the first place, to bring them in, people who are not Nigerians, make them Nigerians, and using them as their foot soldiers and using them in every other advantageous situations, including voting, including census, just name it. That is what it's all about. So Shehu Sani, I've seen Shehu Sani say that they are Nigerians. But you know that they are not Nigerians. How is somebody coming from Senegambia becomes a Nigerian? These are people that they all came down from there. Bala Mohammed told us how they are bringing them into the country. Buhari opened up the border, they all flooded. And Sheikh Gumi himself is telling you that there's nothing you can do about it, that they are here to stay, that they are Nigerians, and we must, hey, nah, audio. And nobody, not the government, not governors, politicians, or senators, none of the political whatever from any region comes out to challenge these people that why are you imposing on the indigenous people who are not Nigerians? That we know how they came in, how you people brought them in. Hundreds, if not millions of people who are not Nigerian, you brought them in. Now you're telling us that they're Nigerians. How? So that is all part of it, that the government should create, in other words, create a budget, or a ministry for them. They become.
Of course, the governor of Bauchi State said it.
Yeah.
He said we all watch it in channel television, and when he was saying it, people thought it was a joke, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, but I pray to God that the likes of the Udele and his likes, oh God, that guy Udele. That's to tell you truly that not be everybody when say father be son,
Yes, sir.
because the position of that Udele and some others like him, I begin to wonder. So this is how enemies can infiltrate a people, that even the one you think is your own becomes your enemy. That is what is playing out. I've seen that Udele many times, and I've asked myself a question. Is it the monetary gain that he gained from the Nigerian government, or is it that he's just living out his true bloodline? Or is it, I just ask so many questions. The boldness coming out to challenge and to this and to that, because you have the Zooch soldiers behind him. That is what that is the power he always exercises, because they surround him with the military, the Zoo military people. Yeah. And he feels strong. He feels he's untouchable. All right.
Every Biafran must continue to prepare themselves. We must continue to prepare ourselves. That is why sometimes when I think of the situation of the Biafran struggle now, it is very painful. But in every situation, I know God will always make a way where there seems to be no way.
100%.
And I believe the presence of the United States in America also, I see it as a defense and a deterrent for these people to extend to the south as fast as they wanted to. More especially Biafra land. And nobody can tell me that the US is not seeing what is happening. With this wave of protest that is going on, why the North is there, stepping their foot on their flags. In the Southeast, you see the Southeasterners raising their flags. They see it, and they know that when it comes to governance, the people that represent us in government, they are different from us, and they are not speaking for our behalf.
And Mazichus, that is so important, you can't even emphasize it enough. For them, hello, Mazi?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I said it's important to stress that enough, more than enough, that these people you see in Alibo, Biafra in general, the so-called leaders there, they are not a representative or representation of the people. Far from it. So it's important that every Biafra, wherever you are, continue to stress it, even though I believe by now they must know how the system works, how the system was able to infiltrate and get these criminal impostors to be our leaders. I believe they should know that because they are smart enough to know. But we must continue to stress it, to talk about it, to let them know that this is what you see going on. That when you see Chukwuma Soludo, who bears the name Chukwuma Soludo, that he's not working for the interest of the people. Neither is he working for the interest of the civilized Western Christian nation that want a peaceful coexistence. These things are important to portray before the world. That what Sukuma Soludo and the rest like him, what they are doing is to accommodate the caliphate with their zealousness, irreligious zealousness. That is what it's all about. The Hopus of the Mad who welcome the Janjaweed terrorist soldiers in our land, welcome Islamic, Iranian ambassador, all these things they do, they are not doing it at the interest of the people, but to satisfy the Janjaweed master. So like you just said it now, it's very important that people continue to hammer on this, even though, like I said, we expect them to know, we expect Israel to know. Like when Bianco Ono was, running around as usual, it's important that Israel and America and the rest, they recognize the fact that they are not doing. Absolutely not. They were just being used. Their vulnerability, one way or the other, was exploited by the Janjaweed government. So these things are very vital, very important. Because again, why do I say that? A lot of people have said to me, even here in Europe, a lot of people have said, yeah, but usually it's your representative, their political elite should be the one this, that. I said, no, well, if it works for you in one country like that, it's not going to work for everybody like that, because every place is unique. For us, so I'm always able to stress it well enough, well articulated, that at the end they will just give in, because so that is the point. What do you do, my brother?
It's very important, because that is why most times we say we don't want to participate in the election. You can imagine that the person they have today, the drug baron in Asra today, came to power with only 10% of the population. Only 10% voted for him. Is that not a shame? Where do you see such a thing in the world? Only 10%. And he still calls him a legitimate person. Even the world know that even the 10% they are talking about, he got it through fraud.
Yeah.
Nobody voted for him. People have lost faith in whatever they call election in Nigeria. People have lost faith. And the Biafrans have walked away completely. Everybody they have as a representative in Biafra is handpicked.
100%. And the fact that now, as we speak, I just saw it either yesterday or this morning, they said that Igbo APC leaders, well, anyway, okay, when they say Igbo APC or Southeast APC, they are invariably referring to the Dave Umahi, the Soludo, even though it's not APC, but he's literally APC himself. And who's on the man?
They use him to silence Afghan. Did you hear about that?
Exactly. So they've now come out to endorse Tinubu for next year. I don't know if you're aware, right?
Of course. I've heard them. They have done it. They have endorsed him a long time before now.
Okay, all right. So that also is one of the things to really notify the world, like we were just saying, that these guys, they were all handpicked. They are not representative of the people. Absolutely not. So, and we know how it came about. It's very easy to explain. It's just so easy to explain what is going on. So people out there, they should be able to explain it to the world. That when you see Hopos or the Soludos, they are not there for the people. And why they will not advocate for either Biafra actualization or even regionalism, they will not even advocate for that. They will not advocate for nothing, absolutely nothing, because the caliphate that owns them doesn't want it. Even the state police that Tinubu is trying to deceive the people about, it's a ruse. These things are all ruse. Because a few weeks ago, they were pushing, say, state police. Janjaweed doesn't want that. Janjaweed doesn't want that, because...
And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He just said it just to calm people down.
Bro, the Janjaweed, apart from the fact that Shetima, because Shetima is one of the leaders of the Janjaweed, he was the one who said restructured my foot. Now,
Yes.
but apart from that, for the Janjaweed, anything that we decentralized, anything in the country, anything that we decentralize, anything in Nigeria, both military, police, revenue in the form of restructuring, whatever, anything that we decentralize, anything is inimical to the Janjaweed. Inimical is just
We've lost you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
so.
Okay, go ahead. We can hear you now.
Matt, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So I was just saying that for them, they are so against any form of decentralization. They are so against it because that will make their job of taking over the whole place a little bit difficult. It poses a hindrance towards their effort to take over everything. That is why they are so against it. When you talk about restructure, they say restructure my foot. And they have at the National Assembly, they made up figures and representatives to counter it, right?
Yes.
So all this whole thing, we understand all these things. And when you see these people, they say they are Biafran representative or Biafran politicians, they are on the same boat because they are working for the Janjaweed that put them there. So these things are why we keep saying it and keep repeating it because we want it to continue to sink into the ears of the people who, brother, how dare you?
Thank you so much, my brother. So this 1 million march, everybody in Biafra land, you must have to pay attention to it because it is legitimate. Because I saw our lawyer Ejimako posted it on his platform. He shared it. So if it is not legitimate, you cannot see it in Ejimako's platform. I saw Ejimako posted it also. 1 million march for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. Aba 12th March 2026, being tomorrow. So we are going to follow it up and see how that 1 million march is going to go. It says, Coalition of Lovers of Freedom, free our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the 1 million march is going to be held tomorrow, being 12th of March 2026. So I just saw now, for the fact that Allah Ejimako posted it, it is confirmed and something that must be paid attention to. So if you are in Biafra land, you must pay attention to that. If you are in Aba area, try as much as possible to be part of the 1 million march. It is very important. This is a very interesting time.
Man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think I'm just hearing it now on this platform for the first time, but it's a good development. Anything that creates awareness is a bonus because we know that at the end of the day, the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the continuous incarceration, is also part of what I will call a global conspiracy. It's part of
Absolutely.
it.
It is.
Because if there's any sincerity in you, I don't care whoever you are, you will know that Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man. And the day that the pronouncement was made, there is this congressman, a black one in the United States, that talked about it that same very day, and all the injustices aligned with the sentencing. He talked about it all. So, but the global conspiracy aspect of it is one, the silence of the global world, notably the United Nations, because since ever they've been on it, they've talked about it, they've demanded, but they take no steps further, right, to enforce it or to do anything about it, not in the form of sanction, but they just say it verbally, and that is part of the global conspiracy. And we also know that if the United States government comes out or has come out to say that this man is an innocent man, he should be set free, he will be set free. That I can guarantee you. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. So if President Trump had come in to add it, as part of the condition, or if he has made a declaration that this man is being unjustly incarcerated, he will be let go. I can 100% guarantee you, because the Supreme Court in Nigeria sentenced Sunday Jackson to death, but Trump stepped on it, made a pronouncement, and he was set free, right?
Yes.
So the march, this Aba march, is a good thing because it's part of making the argument and part of bringing it to world attention. So it's a good thing.
Yes.
But that global conspiracy against Biafra is undeniable. Anybody who doesn't know that, it doesn't know anything. And maybe we get there at some point when justice will be done, because justice is what has been denied Biafrans forever. Justice has been denied Biafrans, and we know who is responsible for that. And we understand the global power play that have prevented it and continue to prevent it, but let's just continue to do our best. We've not, I don't know if free. Hello, Matt?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so you get that point I made, right?
It cut off, the line cut off before you came back again. Just take it again.
I said, I was saying that if this current United States government, if they have made, or if they have come out to make a pronouncement that Mazen Kanu is being unjustly incarcerated and should be let go, he will be gone.
Definitely.
They would have let him go. So, okay, that's why I want to see if you acknowledge that. Because this is why I feel very strongly. I feel very strongly that that would have been done. But maybe this is where I use the caveat now, that it could be that the global part of that global conspiracy, that is what has prevented or has not allowed that to happen. And again, because probably we don't have enough push, in the corridor of power in US to make that happen. But it's well, we are not relying solely on human or anything. We're just doing our best, and who comes in, who helps. But at the end of the day, Chukwuka Abiyama is the ultimate power. So, but we continue to make effort. So that's why I said I endorse wholeheartedly the march in Aba, right? And anything that brings publicity to it is a good one.
Yeah, definitely. I believe in the case of that pronunciation you're talking about, I strongly believe we get there. And by the way, now I think we are approaching the appeal of Mazen Nandekam is going to happen.
When?
I'm not sure about the date yet. I think it's supposed to be this month. From some information, some say this month and some say this, but I'm still following to hear from Aloy Ejimako. Whenever it comes, I think Aloy Ejimako is going to post it. I've not seen it on his platform. So when the date comes, that appeal also, someone can say maybe the United States is waiting to hear their final conclusion since they still have an opportunity of appeal. But we believe that statement is going to come in. at a point in time. Because the case of Mazen Nandekano is no longer a local issue. No matter how we have shouted it, just like you said, when the case was going on, somebody spoke about it in their hearing in the United States. So it is not something that is strange to them. It have gotten to the level that it should get under. I believe that Avid more especially are doing a very great job there when it comes to the case of Mazen Nandekano. Avid, they are pushing it and pushing very, very hard. So a lot of people are also doing things there. But I believe that the time will come when that pronunciation is made. As it stands today, just like you were saying, the United States, their hand is full. With the case of Iran, we are only praying that it should not get worse than it is today.
Yeah.
It should not get worse than it is. I know that the Iranians, they are not, in as much as they have some other, they have a fight to put up. They can put up a fight. They are not just a small country and all that. You can imagine what they have prepared for more than 40-something years.
Yeah.
What they have been preparing, the ammunition they have been acquiring for more than 40-something years. It's not something you can destroy within few days. So that is why the United States is taking time, and also from every indication, the United States is pushing forward to have an internal force that is going to be in the front line to engage them, not necessarily putting boots on the ground. Though the United States, that if required, they will, but they are pushing to see if the Iranians can take up that revolution while they support.
I think that I hope that Israel in particular, they understand the value that Mazen Kano brings to the table.
Absolutely, they do.
Is unquantifiable what Nnamdi Kanu brings. When as regards not just Nigeria, not just West Africa, but entire African region, he has become a global force. Nnamdi Kanu has become a global force. And we understand, we know where his mind is. We understand.
People tend to forget that when Nigerian government made an attempt to assassinate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he ran to Israel. Israel was the first place he appeared, and he was secure in that place.
Yeah.
Israel received him.
So, like I was saying, that he's going to be a strong force. The value that he will bring to bear when he's out will be immeasurable.
Yes.
Because not just Nigeria or West Africa will listen to him on his value system and beliefs, and all that the depth of explanation, making things clearer and clearer. If the world power, if a country like United States and Israel, if they understand the value that he will bring to bear, trust me, I tell you that they will quickly demand for his release, because he will go deep into explaining what is going on and why certain things has to be done. If it's peace you want, he will be there. He will give you the blueprint.
Yes.
He will explain it to your understanding why and how you to go about it. He's well abreast with. I am telling you, because I listened to him years and years and years. So and he has huge following, and given everything that has happened over the years, so it can only add value to what is going on. So I just hope that they understand that and ask for his release, support, just like every one of us is supporting, but primarily because he's an innocent man. He's not guilty of anything. So on the Mazi, well, Mazi, choose. I can't leave you now, but I will still there with you, even in spirit, my dear brother. Thank you so much for.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Your effort is greatly, appreciated, and God continue to bless you. Thank you so much, and we'll see again. Okay.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. Have
You're
a very wonderful day. I wish you all the best. It is well. So, my fellow Biafrans, we must continue to do the needful at all times. when we talk about the insecurity in Nigeria and the involvement of Nigerian government, it is not a joke. It is not a word that we say just because we want to say it. There are facts to back up every single accusation we are making against the Nigerian government. Every single day, not just from what we say, from their own mouth, from their own confession, they confirm every single thing we say. So it won't be as if we are making up things or we are saying things. They themselves confirm every single thing we have said in the past. And that is why wherever you are, you must remain strong. You must remain resolute, remain consistent, and don't allow anybody to deter you or confuse you. No matter how difficult it is, we must remain focused. Our freedom is non-negotiable. The government of Nigeria, as we all know, is a terrorist government. I didn't say it. For a court in Canada to say that, it is not a joke. But I don't know why people are not taking it serious. The country called Nigeria today stands as a crossroad. The choice made today will determine the future of the generation to come. There are voices calling for security reforms, institutional accountability, strong intelligence system, and national dialogue about the structure of the country. Some believe Nigeria must fundamentally rethink how power, resources, and security responsibility are distributed across the country. These debates are becoming louder each year. But why is the government not paying attention? Why? Why is the government not held accountable to what is happening in Nigeria? The truth is simple. The people in that contraption want safety. Communities want peace. Citizens want leadership that protects them. This is not about politics. This is about human life. We are speaking about human life. It is not about politics. Every Nigerian life matters. Every community deserves protection. And every government must be held accountable to its people. Accountability does not weaken a nation. Accountability strengthens a nation. Transparency does not destroy institutions. Transparency builds trust. The Nigerian government must be transparent in their involvement with the terrorists. We have seen them pay ransom. We have seen people come and tell us that they know the terrorists by their names and address. Why is it that nobody's asking questions? Nobody's responding. Nobody's held accountable. Why? We are calling on the international community. Nigeria is not just an African issue. Nigeria is not just an African issue. Nigeria is one of the most influential countries in Africa. It doesn't matter how you see it. The contraption called Nigeria is the most influential country in Africa. Instability in Nigeria affects the entire region. That is why action should be taken like yesterday. No need to continue to delay. The United States will take action. End this once and for all. And the solution is simple. Disintegration. Peaceful disintegration. Instability in Nigeria affects the entire region. That is why the international community also has a responsibility to support efforts to promote peace, stability, and responsible governance, which Nigeria doesn't have. The goal must always be security, justice, stability for all citizens. But that is not obtainable in Nigeria. Will never be obtainable in the Nigeria that we have today. Nigeria is a nation of extraordinary potential. No doubt. The contraption, individual, the human beings, the people that are there has extraordinary potentials. But that title itself, Nigeria, is destructive to humanity. a nation of brilliant people, a nation with vast resources. But potential can only be realized when there is peace and security. And you can never, ever find peace and security in the creation that was done by the British. Because the original purpose of creating Nigeria was not for peace, was not for stability, was not for security. It was for economic interest and control. That is why we are calling for the end to the contraption called Nigeria. The people deserve safety. The people deserve truth. And the people deserve leadership that puts their lives first. That is not obtainable in the present construct of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Before we end this broadcast, I want to ask you one important question. Do you believe the Nigerian government is doing enough to address terrorism and insecurity? This is a question that everyone watching me, wherever you are watching, either on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, I am asking you. Type on the comment section what you think. Do you believe the Nigerian government is doing enough to address terrorism and insecurity? Do you believe that Nigerian government is doing enough to address terrorism and insecurity? Type it on the comment section. The world is watching. They are watching. Because action needs to be taken just like yesterday. No need to be delaying. No need to delay. The United States should take action as quick as possible. Peaceful disintegration. We are not calling for war of any kind, of any sort. The solution is simple. People should go their separate ways to defend and protect their land. Do you believe the Nigerian government is doing enough to address terrorism and insecurity? Or do you believe deeper reform are needed to solve the crisis? When we talk about deeper reform, decentralization in that contraption, regional government, that is what we're talking about. Separation, peaceful separation, regional government, that is what we talk about when we talk about reform. We are not talking about reforming the so-called Nigeria. No. There is nothing you can reform inside Nigeria that's going to work. When I speak about reform here, I'm talking about regional government, complete separation. That's what we're talking about. So I ask you again, do you believe the Nigerian government is doing enough to address terrorism and insecurity? Or do you believe deeper reform are needed to solve the crisis? Drop your answer on the comment section, wherever you are watching from. Tell us where you are watching from. The world is watching. People are taking record so that they will know that we are all over the globe and we are speaking. Type in the comment section. Tell us where you are watching from and share your thought respectfully so that this conversation can continue. If you believe discussion like this are important, like the video. If you believe it is important to continue to call the attention of the world and notify them, like this video and share it to other people. Share it to other people. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, like, share. Get people involved. Get people engaged. Because the truth must always be spoken, no matter how difficult it is. Even if it is one person that is convinced, continue to speak the truth. It is going to grow and bear fruit. I appreciate every one of you that have been part of this program, wherever you are watching from. I thank you for being part of this program, and we must continue to speak. We must continue to say it the way it is. We must continue to do the needful, no matter how difficult it is. Sometimes it is so difficult that you might be tempted to say, oh, I will not talk about this issue again. I will not be part of this struggle anymore. I am not ready to talk about it again. But I bet you, when you wake up and you see what is happening in the news, you can't even have a sleep. If you have conscience, when you go to Nigerian news, go to Nigerian media, and you see what is happening, if you have conscience, you can't even have sleep until you come and speak and call the attention of the world on what is happening. We must continue to speak. We must continue to talk. no matter how bad it is, even if it is one person that is listening to you, no matter how big or how small your platform is, I bet you never can tell. Maybe the video you share will be the one that's going to awaken the consciousness of the people. Maybe the one I am doing will be the one that's going to awaken the consciousness of people. Try to do something to create awareness. Every one of us should get to work. Continue to create awareness wherever you are. It is you and I that will free ourselves. Nobody will do it for us. Nobody will do it for us. So before we leave, let us go to their conventional media, as we always do, and see what they have, the informations they have in their media. Let us see what we can find in their media. This one says, security indicators point to possible Boko Haram attack on Maiduguri after seizing military weapons. I said it here. About 3 barracks were attacked in Maiduguri. They seized enough ammunition. They have seized enough ammunition from the military, from their barracks, in a sovereign country. And if you are not concerned, you should be concerned. Look at what is writing. Security indicators point to possible Boko Haram attack on Maiduguri after seizing military weapon. That Boko Haram is preparing to take over Maiduguri. Borno State is going to fall. Borno State is going to fall. It might take time. But when you see the speed at which they're going, I believe some of you saw the picture of the weapons they recovered. If you are not worried, you better be worried. And when you are hearing about this happening in Borno, don't say because you are in the southeast or in the southwest, it doesn't concern you. If you do not speak up now, you might just wake up one day and realize that it's not your doorstep. So the next one, this one is, look at, desperate Nigerians scramble for 200 naira note shared by suspected politician as empowerment. You can imagine, in Kebbi State, look at a politician sharing 200 naira to people. What will 200 naira solve for these people? What will 200 naira solve for them? Instead of building infrastructure, creating employment opportunity, you are sharing 200 naira each for them. 200 naira that cannot buy a loaf of bread. And that is how low, how poor they have made the people, that 200 naira can buy their conscience. Look at the idiot. Look at the idiot sharing 200 naira. What a shame. This one said, suspected gas explosion triggered fire at Abuja. Abuja's The Bentley Hotel says fire service. Bentley Hotel in Abuja on fire. This one says, Niger pensioner writes Governor Bagu urge resumption of gratuity payment. Iranian security officials fire back at Trump threats. Be careful not to get eliminated yourself. They are threatening Trump that they will eliminate Trump. We know. Everybody have the amount to speak and say whatever they want. Nigeria consider age restriction for internet use to protect children, says minister. Look at this one. That they want to consider age restriction for internet use, protect children. There is already age restriction on most of the internet program, online programs. They already have age restriction. So this issue of Nigeria, focus on what matters. A country that will never focus on the insecurity that is the major problem. The kidnapping that is happening every day. The taking over of Nigeria by the Islamist group, jihadist group, that should be what is concerned. That should be the major concern. Not considering age restriction of internet use. You don't have a job. Seek for one. 1.5 million Empower beneficiaries give Tinubu government 10 days ultimatum over unpaid stipends. That is it. This is Empower they use to campaign. They campaign with this Empower. They have empowered people. They say they empowered people with money. They gave them cash. They did this. Look at it. 1.5 million. 1.5 million people. 1.5 million people. Empower beneficiaries. Give Tinubu government 10 days ultimatum over unpaid stipend. That is it. They use them, they campaign with their name to deceive people. And at the end of the day, Nothing is done. University of Lagos lecturers declare indefinite strike over amputated January and February salary. That is it. Strike of university is the order of the day. We know it, we see it all the time. Record reveal disease kidnapper small. Records reveal disease kidnapper small communicated with Omahi linked Ebonyi official. You see? You see, in Omahi again, indicted in kidnapping. Official that works with Omahi. The disease kidnapper, the people that kidnapped the disease, I think that is the traditional level of disease. They communicated with Omahi linked Ebonyi official. Omahi linked Ebonyi official communicated with the kidnapper before the kidnapper was murdered. You see, this Omahi have been indicted in so many kinds of evil, and these are the people that the Janjaweed put in our land to continue to manipulate things. These are the people that tell you that Biafra, that the Ebonyi state is not Biafra. Look at him, working with the kidnappers to kidnap a traditional ruler and take his life. Look at the idiot. Linked to Ebonyi state official, linked to Omahi. Look at it. Look at it. Record reveal. Disease kidnappers, small communicated, disease kidnapper, small, communicated with Omahi. The kidnapper that they killed, small, the one they call small, the kidnapper that was killed, his name is Small, communicated with Omahi linked Ebonyi official. The kidnapper named Small communicated with Omahi linked Ebonyi official before he was murdered. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? The involvement of Omahi in all sorts of crime in Biafran land. That is how he's going about raping women, owing debt, killing people, extortion everywhere. And that is why Nigeria, Tinubu government is supporting him and using him as their Minister of Works. Mad people everywhere. Labour Party youth leader, back Abure's leadership, reject Nenadi Usman. Mad people. Parents petition Nigerian law school over fraudulent law admission at Lead City University. That is it. Fraud everywhere in Nigeria. Their news is full of madness and fraud. Buhari APC area candidate asked Supreme Court to nullify February 16 judgment against him. Where criminal is, what will you see? A tribute to a dear friend, Pius Adesami by Leife Awolabi. This one says, Nigeria spends, what's that? No, go back. Sorry. Yeah, this one says, Nigeria spent 8.8 trillion on petrol import in 2025, NBS data show. With all your Dangote fuel, with all the Dangote nonsense that you have, look at it. Nigeria is importing fuel. They say Nigeria spends 8.8 trillion on petrol imports in 2025, NBS data shows. 8.8 trillion. The same people that told you that now they will have a look at refinery. They have refinery now. They did this and did that. They spent 8.8 trillion on petrol import in 2025. 2025. NBS data shows. That is the zoo for you. EFCC declares Chinese national wanted for alleged fraud in Lagos. This one not settled them. That is why his name appeared. 15 arrested as EFCC intercept truck transporting radioactive minerals across Nigeria. And so, this one is just a show. Nigeria spent 89.9 billion on imported umbrellas, footwear, sunshade, others in 2025. You can imagine. Ordinary umbrella. Umbrella that can be done in Aba. Umbrella can be done. Footwears that can be done in Aba. Sunshade that Biafrans can produce in Aba. Nigeria spent 89.9 billion on imported umbrellas, footwear, sunshade, others in 2025. Can you imagine? You can imagine. NYSC member held 65 days without trial over private lesson in Abuja school. NSCDC demands 1.4 million commandants charged. Mad people. Tinubu approved 20 billion NNPCL final investment for Bongo Deep Waters projects. That is how they steal right, left, and center. Any place they will sign a signature to steal money, that is when they do fast. Signing contract that doesn't exist, that will never change in the life of anybody. That is what they do. Activists Agboho petition ECOWAS court over alleged right violation in Nigerian cyber stalking trial. ECOWAS court is just like toothless. They can't do anything. Is it not the way Amazon not going to win many cases? And yet, Nigeria continue to do what they want to do. Nigeria begins evacuation of stranded citizens from Iran across Armenian borders. So finally, some people want to leave. TIB movement accuses CGN Kekere Okun Justice Tosho of prolonging activist Goho detention. That is what they do. It's not strange. 4 Iranian diplomats killed in Israeli strike on Lebanon. 4 Iranian diplomats killed. Maiduguri is encircled, besieged. Military strategist warn of possible Boko Haram overrun. Predicts chaos in Borno. You see, this is the Borno state we are talking about. Borno is about to fall completely into the hand of terrorists. This is the same Borno that is taking charge of the same Borno. And you see how Nigeria is stupid. In this same Borno, I saw a video where they were showing school. They said Tinubu school in Borno state. I saw where they were showing Tinubu. Let me play that video. I want you to look at this video to show you how dramatic Nigeria is.
School Mafoni, Maiduguri, one of the 104 schools built by the Zulum administration, and it's about 89 in the series of commissioning, because we have some that are waiting commissioning. This is a senior secondary school designed to hold about 300 students with 48 classroom capacity, with fully functional laboratories, ICT, and solarized with complete landscaping, as you could see. So this school was named in honor of His Excellency the President, having recognized his giant stride in the aspect of education, particularly through the Renewed Hope agenda and nursery. This school has everything the other schools have. Why it's unique is it's named after the #1 citizen, Mr. President. We'll bring a quality out because it's going to be a model school. It's going to be a model school, and it's a school that will not lack anything in terms of teachers, infrastructure, equipment, whatever you care to name. Education is the key driver to human capital development. To be educated means to be a better person.
Can you believe that you have this kind of a thing in Borno? The same Borno that the terrorists is in charge, they are about to overrun. The same Borno, that is where you see this school I just showed. Can you believe that you have such in Borno of all people? The school of such standard. That is how their propaganda works. I can bet you that if you go to Borno, you will not see where this nonsense they are showing exists. If you go to Borno, you will not see anywhere where this nonsense they are parading there exists. Well, look at it. Maiduguri is encircled, besieged. Military strategies warn of possible Boko Haram overrun. Predict chaos in Borno. Do you know what it means when they say overrun? Predict chaos. The Afghanistan style, they are about to take over Borno. That is why when we are seeing the attack happening in Borno, some of you are sleeping. And if you are in Biafra land, or you are in Ududua land, or in the Middle Belt, don't just say it doesn't concern you. Don't go to sleep and say, oh, it is in Borno. No, it is not just in Borno. It might come down to your area any moment. It might get to you any moment. It might get to you. That is why you must continue to think about how to secure your region. This is why we are calling the United Nations to go ahead and disintegrate Nigeria peacefully. Let the people defend themselves by themselves. There is no need for you to put any boot on the ground. The people can secure themselves. The people can fight their battle and win it. Look at this one. Bandits reportedly stormed Jikamshi town in Katsina. Security experts send SOS as attack unfolds. Everywhere in the north. You cannot read Nigerian news without hearing about bandit takeover, terrorist takeover. It doesn't happen. Still, people think it's a business as usual. It is not. Nigerian's paper import. Nigerian's paper import cost jumped to 1.1 trillion in 2025 amid weak local production. You can see ordinary paper, Nigeria is importing. Ordinary paper, Nigeria cannot produce paper. Ordinary paper, they can't produce. Nigeria's paper import cost. Nigerian paper import cost jumped to 1.1 trillion in 2025 amid weak local production. They can't even produce. Ordinary paper, Nigeria cannot even produce. What a shame. What a shame. ICPC denies arrest investigation of Federal High Court Judge James Omotosho. Call viral video false. You will deny that one very fast. We are in trouble. Soldier in viral video begs Nigerians for prayer over relentless terrorist attack. You can imagine. This is a soldier crying. You can imagine a soldier in the front is crying, shedding tears, saying, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. A soldier is crying in a viral video, begging and saying, we are in trouble. Beg Nigerians for prayer over relentless terrorist attack. You can imagine when a soldier is crying, instead of going ahead to fight and defend, they have resorted. A soldier is supposed to defend you, have now resorted to prayer. Some of you don't know how serious the problem in Nigeria is. The world doesn't know. That a soldier in the field have now resorted his faith to prayer, asking the masses to pray for them. Sharing tears. You will not know how serious it is. You won't know. And this is where they come and call you and tell you to come and join soldier. They are telling the Southeasterners to come and sacrifice their life to enter into the suicide mission. When you see people in the front crying, when you see people in front, when we tell you don't join, some people think it's just a thought. You say it, go and join. Go and join. You will come and tell your story. Go and join. Tomorrow you come and tell your story. Wicked aide Larry Olayinka sent threatening message to journalists for exposing water scarcity in Abuja. You can imagine. Not because they did wrong, because they exposed something that is wrong. You threaten them. Pentagon says 140 US troops wounded since start of war against Iran. The Pentagon says 140 US troops wounded since start of war against Iran. Nigeria, Ghana signed bilateral agreements on search and rescue operation for aircraft in distress. True. Search and rescue. That is the kind of thing you people will sign. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says Ayatollah is no more. Israel Prime Minister says no. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu says Ayatollah is no more. Urges Iranians to overthrow regime. Justice versus repression. Why Nigerians should halt the trial of Aloy Ejimako, Sowore, and others. Free Nnamdi Kanu protesters by Cyril N. Orogu Esque. They continue to prosecute innocent. Why the main terrorists are running rampage? Look at this one. Bandit killed one, injured several in 2 hours attack in Katsina community. 2 good hours. This Katsina has military checkpoints. They have police. They have everything, military base. And yet, this Katsina is the hometown of the late idiotic president Buhari, the late Boko Haram leader Buhari. His own state, bandit kill one, injure several in 2 hours attack on Katsina community. You see, 2 good hours. Nobody came to harass them. Nigeria spent 3.9 trillion on imported plastic rubber in 2025. NBS data shows. See, imported plastic low. Imported plastic, ordinary plastic, they can produce. Nigeria spent 3.9 trillion on imported plastic rubbers in 2025. When we say the zoo is backward, some of you will come and you produce nothing, even toothpick you don't produce. India, other countries reject President Tinubu's envoy over tenor policy. Yes, India, other countries reject President Tinubu's envoys over tenor policy. That is it. You think everybody is like you, corrupt. So everybody like you, shameless. Bandit attack Sokoto deputy speaker, demands permanent military base in border community. You can imagine. Bandit attacks. Sokoto deputy speaker demand permanent military base in border community. Even if you build permanent military base, the Boko Haram will take it over. Look at what they are doing in Borno. You want to give them another base in Sokoto. And this is a system, how they equip them. When we say that the government is funding terrorists, this is how they fund them. They will pretend that they are going to create a barrack. When they create the barrack, they will allow them to take it over. We have seen it over and over again. Look at Borno. 3 barracks taken over in Borno. You are asking the government to create another one in Sokoto so that they can take it over, cut away with all the ammunition, and equip themselves more. When you see them speak, you think they have something upstairs. They have nothing upstairs, but we know where they're going. After the Borno fall, Sokoto will fall, Katsina will fall. The core northern states that are really practicing Sharia, they are ready to go. The only problem they have is that they want to carry the middle belt along and some part of the southwest, which is not going to happen. And they are acquiring weapons with the sponsorship of the government. If not, this idiot will not be writing this in his writing. Bandit attacks. And the only thing you can do is, Sokoto Deputy Speaker, demand permanent military base in border community. The permanent military base that Buhari put in Borno, has it stopped terrorist attack? The permanent military base that Buhari relocated to Borno, did it stop? Today, Borno is in their hand. Mad people everywhere. And they think we can join you in that idiocy. Kano Governor Yusuf sack head of service Abdullahi Musa, appoint acting replacement. Ekiti court sentence fake doctor to death over murder of pregnant woman. That's what you see, fake doctors. In Nigeria, you see even fake doctors. You can imagine. Breaking, EFCC grilled Chief Judge Tosho for hours over $160,000 found with wife. Secret police DSS detained activist Israel Joe in Delta after honoring invitation. He honored the invitation and they detained him. That's what they are known for. We are just 2 governors left in PDP, but not worried, says Seyi Makinde. Kano State Hisbah arrests 2 teenagers over alleged gay party after Eid prayers. British military confirmed cargo vessel hit by British military confirms cargo vessel hit by projectile in Strait of Hormuz as crew evacuates. Terrorist attack again. Terrorists attack Lagos-bound bus in Kogi, kill 3 passengers, injured several others. That is Nigeria for you. U.S. lawmaker blasts Trump Iran war strategy amid mounting costs. War will always have a cost. Once airspace is safe, you will be evacuated. Nigerian government tells stranded citizens in Middle East. Look at the tribal bigot. Abike, the most tribal bigot that you have seen. Idiot. Bandit in Bauchi rake in 25 million naira as ransom before freeing bride, 15 wedding guests. You can imagine. Bandit in Bauchi, they rake in 25 million naira before they free the bride, somebody who was married, somebody who was getting married, and 15 wedding guests. God have mercy. Group demand release of blogger Maureen Badejo, accused Nigerian government of judicial persecution. Nurses demand apology from army after soldier allegedly assault nurse on duty at Maiduguri hospital. That is it. That's how they do the assault. When they see Boko Haram, they cannot assault them all. But when they see civilian, they get power. PDP crisis appeal court asks contending factions to seek out of court settlement. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Coalition of Biafran supporters call for 1 million march to demand the release of Mazen Nandekano. This is going to happen tomorrow. And everybody should key in. Everybody should be. If you have to join this very march in Abia State tomorrow, everybody have to join this march in Abia State tomorrow. This is the most important event that we have now in the entire Southeast. Coalition of Biafran supporters call for 1 million march to demand the release of Mazen Nandekano. No matter the group you belong, no matter the group you belong under, whichever umbrella you are, no matter what your religion is, no matter what, as long as you are a Biafran supporter, lover of freedom, you have to be part of this very 1 million march. 1 million march for Mazen Nandekano. It is long overdue to demand the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano, and it's going to happen tomorrow. So wherever you are, try to be there. Try to be there. Make sure you are not found wanting. Every one of us, as long as you are in the Southeast, try and be part of this march. It is very, very important. Coalition of Biafran supporters. Remember, this is not attributed to IPOB alone. It is not attributed to any group. This is coalition of Biafran, all Biafran supporters. They call for 1 million march to demand release of Mazen Nandekano. We expect to see more than 2 million. We expect to see more than 2 million. It is 1 million march, but let there be more than 2 million on that march. So wherever you are, don't forget to be part of this march tomorrow. 2 Ghanaians among injured persons as drone crash near Dubai International Airport. Nurses Forum demands action as soldier allegedly assault nurse at Borno Teaching Hospital. That is what they do. Congolese FA President Jangai Myers jailed for life over abuse of FIFA fund. Life imprisonment. That is it. Africans, any place they go, they will always try to display their fraud. They can't hold themselves, even in the international stage. Even in the international stage. That was why at a point in time, their referees were banned. African referees were banned from officiating in international matches because they are going to sell out. They're going to sell out. They're going to sell out. Very shameless individuals who doesn't care. Kidnappers demand 100 million for release of Ondo farmer, Tinubu's ardent supporter. You see, if they support Tinubu, finally they catch you. Now they are demanding for 100 million to release you. Tinubu, ardent supporter. He will reach everybody. It's just a question of time. Onye obona ya no there. So that is all we have for today. I appreciate every one of you that have been with us on this program. We have done it, and we will continue to do what we have to do. We will come back again this evening to continue to speak on this issue. Today we discussed about exposition of Nigeria, terrorism. Nigeria has been exposed. We asked the question, has Nigeria been exposed? In terrorism, state sponsorship of terrorism by Nigeria. They plan to take over the South. We elaborated on this topic, and we come back this evening. We are still going to talk about the same topic and also put some other videos to back up whatever we are saying. I appreciate every one of you that have been with us on this program from the beginning to the end. May Chukwu guide and protect every one of you. I pray that Chukwu will protect everyone that is going to participate on the tomorrow program. Remember, tomorrow program for the 1 million march for Mazin Nandekano's freedom. Please make sure you are part of that 1 million march. If you are in Biafra land, you must show your presence. This is a critical time. The whole world is watching. The entire world is watching. You never can tell, just like we were discussing with my brother Christian, that we are expecting Donald Trump to issue a statement on the illegal detention of Mazin Nandekano. And it is we that will trigger what we make him to speak. Let us make this 1 million march, 2 million march tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to come online and try as much as possible to show the event. Join us tomorrow to transmit the event that is happening tomorrow live. We are going to try to join live tomorrow. So wherever you are, if you are in Abia State tomorrow and you join the event, join us online and show us live event of what is happening. We want somebody who is joining this program from Aba tomorrow. If you are joining from Abia State, if you're going to be part of the program, join us on this platform tomorrow so that you can be able to show us what is happening. We want to see live event tomorrow of the 1 million march. So any place you are in Biafra land and you can be able to attend, please try to connect to us. Connect to us. We will try as much as possible to share it. Let the world see it. We want our supreme leader to be released unconditionally, and we will continue to do our part to make sure that it happens. May Chukwu Okikabiyama guide and protect every one of us that is going to be part of that march tomorrow. We pray that Chukwu Okikabiyama will build a wall of fire to guide and protect everyone that will participate in that march. No evil shall befall you. We will never lose anybody. No death shall come upon you. No accidental bullet will touch you. And we also pray for our Supreme Mazin Nandekano and Mazin Simon Ekpa, wherever they are, that Chukwu Okikabiyama will continue to guide and protect them, secure them, bring them out so that they can join us as soon as possible. Let the world know the truth. We are standing for truth. We are standing for peace. We are standing for freedom. We are not calling for war, and we have never done so. I pray that Chukwu Okikabiyama will hear our voice and grant us our request. Thank you so much for watching. See you again later in the day by the special grace of Chukwu Okikabiyama. Bye, and see you next time.
The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chukwu Okikabiyama pụrụ ihe niile, Chineke na-enye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke ma ọ onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị ndị nsọ na-akpụ ha na-akpụ isi ala nye ọbụladị ndị okenye ụlọ ndị na-atụpụ ọla edo n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube gị ngozi tinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị ka anyị onye bụ nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị ga-etu wee baa ise obodo kwesịrị isi wee laa ya n'ihi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịte ma oge ebide Biko no kiwe meka Biafra we go so no mo ga ba na ani we na lo we na lo ko ta mo na mo ni je mo na nyan kepuri to ni we ti mo mo so mo ga ni aka jo ni mo na ba ko ga mo ni ba na ba ta mo ko sa hanso isia Julia hanso ni say.
But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing in 5 years to come. Thank you.